We got some follows while we were offline. A bunch of them.
Yes. How long has it been?
Not that long. A little more than a week.
Yeah.
Ah!
Who's here? Aloy.
You know Quill's back. With the soda redeem.
Ellie a Kitty followed.
Yeah.
The Lonely Detective followed. Frank Perry followed 10 days ago. Cool Robot 112 followed. And then it's like 12, 13 days ago. I don't know if that we streamed that day.
I think we probably streamed.
Fair Weather Bay. Olicha Chokes. Susoya Togo. I don't remember these names, but I don't remember anything.
Yeah. Well, the other stream alerts are from 13 days ago, so it makes me
Yeah.
feel like it was during that stream.
It could have been, yeah.
Oh, that's my pills alarm. But I already ate my pills.
Good on you.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
I have survived the Hellfires. Good. That's good. It, a little bit scary to see. Is there any... They legit jumped the road today. North of town. Jumped? I haven't heard that term. Or shut it down. But, yeah, I saw what you wrote. Hope you're okay. Let me tell you, it's starting to get pretty damn warm in Melbourne, slowly. But we're obviously not in, like, fire danger territory, so I hope you're good up there. I noticed, Jay, we have a follower goal on screen.
Yeah. We always have a problem.
There's just always a new goal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how goals work.
The lowest setting on our fire warning billboard is moderate to high.
That's not good. Hey, Darkspine.
Hello.
That's the person that I'm doing a VTuber for.
Cool.
Oh, and JD's here.
It says watching without audio.
Oh, yes. Lurking, perhaps.
I didn't know that's a thing you can show. Hope you're well. Yes, we are. Thank you very much. Hope
They
you're
could've-
well.
Yeah, hope you're good. And JD is here. I think it keeps your setting on from the last time you're watching Twitch, so they could have had it on the last time they were watching somebody.
Sure, I just didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. It's useful. If the streamer is like talking about something and then they don't, and then the chat says something completely irrelevant and then they actually hearing them or whatever. Yeah, so we're planning to talk a little bit about the last Soup episode, first rerun, and everybody's contributions.
Oh.
This is perfect timing. I just finished my comic. I can rest from Soup by watching Soup. Oh yeah, you were making a Soup fan comic. I'm really excited to see that.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna put what's it called?
Yeah, do share that.
I'll put stream mode on Discord. In case I accidentally flip onto Discord.
Yeah, definitely do that.
What is that?
I think it
Yeah.
auto goes on if you are actually streaming, and it won't detect that you're streaming. Well, oh yeah, it's on.
I just turned it on.
Yeah, I didn't know you could manually put it on. That's cool.
For these.
Oh, Timbo the Champ.
Hello.
How's the recovery?
Really good. Thanks for asking. I am basically back to doing everything as normal except for reaching high shelves and picking heavy things up.
Mm.
So like I can draw and I can, I can have a shower. I can do like normal day-to-day things. But every time I'm like reaching up past a certain point, I ask whoever's nearby to help me reach. And if I have to open a very heavy door or like pick something up, I'll ask whoever I'm with.
Just minutes or like an hour ago, you were like, "Should I reheat soup?" I was like, "Yeah."
And then,
And then you stood in the kitchen for like 5 seconds and said, "I can't reach the microwave."
I can't reach the microwave.
So yeah.
Ooh,
You're
the
doing
comic
good.
is up. Zap's comic is up.
Well, let's check that out later.
We'll have to check that out
Because
later.
now we
I have
got
it open.
got other things to do now.
Alright. Get into it if you want.
Okay. Should I switch now?
You can switch it out.
Yeah.
Hi.
Right. Hi.
We're back.
We're back.
We're not even... Oh, look at this yellow filter. I think it's because I have a
that's
screen.
gross.
I have a... Hi. We're back. Back from our big injury.
I'm gonna give him a wave.
Oh, you can finally do it now.
Let me find it. Here it is. Check that out. Hey.
You can be in charge of this.
Yeah.
So, we're back. We're hoping to stream again. For the time being, probably 2 times a week, as as our old schedule.
I don't think we have a reason not to.
We are going to like the end of the year is always busy for us. We're gonna go visit my family.
Oh yeah.
That'll be at the start of December, but also we might be moving apartments, sort of, and then like towards the end of the month, or maybe sometime in December.
Yeah, we're house hunting, so we'll see what happens with that.
We'll update you about that if we need to change the stream schedule.
Yeah.
You can also send them the.
Am I sending?
The Discord.
Okay.
In case people aren't already in the Discord.
I think everyone here is.
Yeah, but that's.
But yeah, there you go.
For the record, there are people who might be watching who aren't actually in the chat. But hi, let's watch Grocery Run.
Yeah.
I'm not totally sure if the sound comes through. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't know. Nope. No sound.
No sound.
No sound.
That's
Pause
okay.
that.
We're gonna watch it. Then let's watch it through the screen instead. It's gonna look exactly the same, but soup of the day. This is our latest soup. Finished like a week before my surgery.
Maui, you haven't seen a 2-litre bottle of Diet Coke, have you?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please?
No!
Hey, be careful with that!
Oh, whoa. Hey, Kix, what's going on, buddy?
I'm trying to catch Maui. What are you doing?
Oh, I just got back from the shops. I was getting my 49 rolls of Mentos.
Yep, that's me. You might be wondering how I got into this mess. Well, let me start from the beginning.
It's a good frame.
Maui, you haven't seen a 2-litre bottle of Diet Coke, have you?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please?
No!
Hey, be careful with that!
Whoa. Hey, Kix, what's going on, buddy?
I'm trying to catch Maui. What are you doing?
Oh, I just got back from the shops. I was getting my 49 rolls of Mentos.
And that's the soup. Back to it.
You know what I suspect?
Mhm.
I gotta say this. I think Marie ate the Coke bottle.
Really? What makes you think that?
It's just deduction. You know,
It's just your
trial and error.
you visited the Mind Palace and you had a thought. Moi is also in a Chad form, but you can't see it because of the diet soda. Yeah. So what I like to, I mean, there's a lot to say. First of all, we had a lot of animators on this one. If we can go back, This is the team. These are the artists that worked on it.
Mhm.
So, you know, Nick, he did animation and he did animation for these scenes of these ones with Murray. Nick is like someone who literally only started doing art basically during COVID. So
Yeah.
it's really impressive that he can already animate. Like he didn't really used to draw very much before this. Do you want to put on some like chill background
Yeah,
music
yeah.
while we're
Yeah, you put on some. Got this ready.
Animal
Hope
Crossing?
you guys like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, so he did both shots, these two, of the Wii.
I'm just gonna calibrate. Mine is being a bit weird.
Is it okay? You
Well,
good?
I don't know. Yeah, just keep going.
And then we had Nick is also the voice actor for Kicks,
Of
and I think
course.
he did, and it was really good because we had Nick visit us while we were recording. While like I did the recording while he was visiting us,
Yeah.
which meant that I could direct him in person, and that's really good because I think there were some nuances in some of the lines and stuff that I don't know we would have gotten if we just asked him to do it
Yeah.
over the internet.
And he did good. I want to say to that part, there's a really good blooper. Honestly, my favorite take that he did. I can't
I'm
remember.
surprised
I
you
can't
can't
remember
hear my
what.
audio because I could show it to you if you.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Is it just because you muted the video? Because there's a mute symbol on the video.
No, because I just did that.
Okay, you just do that.
Maybe it's
just what
because
you
that says Elgato, so maybe that. Will
do.
change it.
Can you test it? Just get a little sound.
I didn't hear anything. Did you see any lines? What if I do speakers? That's
Now
on
I
my,
can
that's
hear
on
it
my
from your
actual speaker.
speakers.
That's interesting. I would have thought. Oh
Oh,
no, it worked. Okay,
There we
it
go.
worked. So
we're in.
audio. We had a lot of. We actually had a lot of takes. I generally ask all of the voice actors to do about 3 takes at least for every
Mhm.
line. So I can pick and choose which ones fit really nicely since we're a team of like international actors. It's very hard for us to be in the same room to do the same like bit.
And to finish what I was saying about the blooper, unfortunately, Nick didn't like his delivery and starts laughing in the middle of it over how stupid it sounded, and therefore it's unusable and it didn't get finished. But in my opinion, it was the best take. If he had finished it and
This is for the Chad Kicks bit.
yeah, it's the chat voice that's really funny.
Let me know if there's any comments that are good, and if there's any questions in the comments as well.
Yeah.
So,
Time for the DKC underwater theme again.
not right now.
Not right now.
I've been drawing my entire life and I can't animate, so it's impressive. Yeah, so you know, I asked Nick, like the first time he worked on Soup was Talk Shanty to me. He did the shot of Lex, falling over and hitting his knee, like the Peter Griffin bit where he goes, ah.
Well, I want to say
And Nick did that, and it's basically a rotoscope of Peter with Lex's head.
Yeah, I want to point out that Nick can do this because he has your direction.
Yes, it is.
You give
it's-
him everything that he actually needs to do it, and it's a team effort. So there's a lot of you can provide a lot of help. You can provide a lot of tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Because I mean, technically, if you can draw, you can animate.
Yeah.
You could rotoscope Peter Griffin falling down. You could do that right now.
Well,
Anyone could do
mean,
that.
I mean, you're right.
But-
But to animate well is like different. To
Exactly.
being able to
So-
animate.
So that's also
fact-
my point.
in
Like
fact, I would
Nick
say
was
the
able to
opposite.
do it because he's had your help and your support.
I would
And,
actually say the opposite. I don't think you need to draw to be able to animate, because animate is movement. It's like animating is like a different skill to drawing. And like, for example, you can use a tool to make a ball, and then you can animate the ball. Like, you don't have to know how to draw to animate. They're 2 different skills. But definitely, it helps to have somebody who knows how to do the thing that you're trying to do, you know?
You can still rotoscope Peter Griffin falling down.
Yes, exactly. So
That's what
like,
I said.
Like, for real.
Anyone can rotoscope Peter Griffin falling
Yes,
down.
and I actually think that just like tracing for drawing is a great tool to learn how to draw better. Like, you know, tracing your favorite anime frame is actually a legit way to draw better. Rotoscoping animation or rotoscoping like video is a great way to learn movement. But
Mm.
I say actually rotoscoping animation is better than rotoscoping video because animation is a different skill
Yeah.
to just moving something like a realistic.
Yeah, it looks It
Yeah.
looks uncanny. Otherwise,
Mm.
Timber says, "I love the subtle handhold buff Kicks does. Like he's not just more strong; he's more caring."
he's so lovely.
Man,
He's not even like, I think that's part of the joke that we wanted to do. Like he's not just arrogant. Like he's not just thinking of himself
is-
as better than other people.
it's-
He's
this is
just
what-
thinking of himself as bigger.
this
Like,
is he's a good ideal of masculinity.
this is non-toxic masculinity. No, he's like we wanted to make him imagine himself like really beautiful and massive, but
Mm,
not
idealized.
his ideal form. But he doesn't want to. He's not like changed to what other people are like in his.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
mean, it's
still
his
just
own
him.
ideal of himself.
Yes.
That's all it is.
And it's a completely like wholesome and kind of funny ideal. It's not like his like thinks he's better than anybody by being strong, you know.
And I mean, nothing changed.
No.
The
In fact-
events are all the same.
In fact, like Jimbo says, like he imagines he can help Lex up, you know, like
Yeah.
his kind still.
But even in his ideal, he would still be terrified and
Yes, of
and-
the explosion.
and affected by an explosion.
Yeah.
So it's not unrealistic,
It's not.
is it?
This is just
That's
just,
it's feasible.
yeah.
You
Alright.
can be buff Lex if you put your mind to it.
Kicks.
Kicks, buff Kicks.
So I think what I've done is I got all the takes and I separated them into like tracks, and then I selected what I considered the best one to animate to.
Mhm.
Can you turn off the Animal Crossing real quick?
Yes.
Let's see. You can do art. It came free with being human. Exactly. So I don't know if you can hear this. Let's see. No, that's coming
No?
from my speakers. Got it?
We.
Yeah.
You haven't seen a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, have you?
A lot of them are very
Are
similar.
you sure? Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please? Hey, be careful with that. Oh.
Yeah, a lot of it is like very
We,
similar.
you haven't seen
Yeah.
a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, have you?
I
Are
need
you
the
sure?
funny though.
Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please? Hey, be careful with that. Oof.
So that's typically how we do our like lines. I'll write the script or like something to go off of. So it might not be the exact words, but and then also while Nick was here, he changed some of his lines. Like he like he thought that this word was a bit clunky, so he
Yeah.
just like erased it in the script.
we did a similar thing when we did
Rescue.
Yeah,
You're the
but I also meant we did a similar thing with the curse.
the curse. Yeah,
Because
yeah. You
like
didn't like
we
some
were
of the
trying
lines.
we actually wrote a script, me and Jay, but then we just like started riffing
Yeah.
from there.
I think that
uh,
one was good because
We actually
with
went
with
off
the curse-
script in the final.
With the curse, it's good because the two of us can sit next to each other and actually cut each other off.
Yeah.
The Suck Him Silly episode, for those who don't know it by name. Because that one required a lot of interrupting, so that one worked really well with us sitting next to each other. And I did give you a lot of the same kind of directions I gave Nick, which is like, oh, don't be too angry. You're just annoyed. Like you're like annoyed.
Yeah,
You're not like
and we
pissed
did
off
multiple
yet.
takes.
But then
and we,
later you're really pissed off. You know.
we did multiple takes, and then we would like, nah, this can be better, and like even just listening to your
Mm.
own voice, it's like, no, I can do better than that. And
Suck Him Silly was scripted, but we went
Yeah.
off script in certain points to make it like more, or like certain parts we kind of like did a natural reaction to.
Oh,
Hey! Oh, Mad Mew Mew.
hello, welcome.
Welcome to the stream.
Yeah. The point wasn't to say that it was unscripted because it was scripted.
And
It's
I've had that idea for so long.
Yeah. It was just certain lines got slightly altered in our takes
Yeah.
because we were, doing it live. We were riffing, and
I didn't see them, we.
yeah, neither.
What the fuck? Is it connected?
What the fuck? Let's see, where would that be?
It's in the. Oh,
There
it is. It's
That's
there.
Moise. That's Moise.
Yeah.
Hey,
no-
saw y'all on Tumblr, and what a great project.
Hey, thank you. We're actually just
Welcome.
going through the grocery run lines at the moment.
Real quick introduction. I'm Johnny, I use he, him.
I'm Jesse, I use they and it pronouns.
And Jesse's the animator. I'm just here.
You're a voice actor.
I guess I am a voice actor.
You remember we were just talking about how we did the voices. Well,
Yeah,
how we did
we
the
were.
voices for the Suck Him Silly Wizard's Curse episode, and how good it was to be next to each other to perform that,
Yeah.
because then we could actually kind of improv off of each
Um,
other's emotions, not just off the script.
And I also want to say, normally we play games here. We usually play indie
Indie
games,
games,
story-based games, things that have a point, or things that are
Or
a little
puzzle
bit,
games sometimes.
yeah, just things that has more goal than mainstream games, really.
Anyway, want to hear some
yeah.
more lines? This is more Nick. Can you shout out Nick again?
Let's get a shout out for
Okay,
Nick.
very funny. Can I have it back now, please? Hey, be careful with that. Oof. Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please? Hey, be careful with that. Oh,
Hey, Sarl Digwit. Sarldy guess?
Sorrelled, I guess.
Sarled, I guess. Hey, welcome to the stream.
Welcome. No, I mean, we only just started like 20 minutes ago. You're
Hope I'm
good.
not too late. I just got home. Ah, thanks for coming. I'm glad
Welcome.
that you.
I literally just did an introduction.
Just write exclamation about.
Yeah, let's do an about. But normally we play games on this Twitch page. But yeah, of course we're doing a Q&A today.
I'm trying to catch Maui. What are you doing? I'm trying to catch Maui. What are you doing?
So not very many for those, because
Yeah.
I was next to him and I was like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me. You might be wondering how I got into this mess. Well, let me start from the beginning. Yep, that's me. You might be wondering how I got into this mess. Well, let me start from the beginning.
Brock
So-
Schneider ass.
It's good. It was so funny.
Thank you, funny.
Oh!
Nick, Chad,
It
Nick,
was.
and Nick. Yes, you're right.
Perfect.
Right, you are.
I forgot about that claim.
All right, and here's the Epic Kicks audios.
This has the funny in it, don't it?
It definitely has the funny.
Oh, I love the funny. Yeah, we brought this up because as I mentioned earlier to the new viewers that we have a really good blooper. That was my favorite take of Nick's, but we couldn't use it.
The other good thing about bringing this up so early is that this is the chronological order in which we do things. Generally speaking, I record audio for Soup before we start any kind of like boards or anything like that. Like we might have a script or like some sort of like thumbnails or like sketches, but
Yeah.
then we go straight to audio, even if it's just like scratch audio. I think, for example, eggs. When we did eggs, I just recorded everything with different voices.
Yeah.
And then I asked Nabil and Marie to do their lines. And for this one, Nick was with me, so I recorded the scratch audio for Lex and Marie. And then I got Nick to do Nick because he was already here when we were going to do the first take of audio anyway.
Can I say you also did the same thing for the song?
Yeah, I also recorded the scratch audio, like the scratch vocals for
Both
for all of the songs that we've done.
Yeah,
So early versions of Eggshells has my voice as every voice.
and the V song as well.
Yeah, Roby's song. Here we go.
Maui, you haven't seen a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, have you? Are you sure? Maui, you haven't
So
seen a
good.
2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, have you? Are you sure? Maui, you haven't seen a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, have you? Are you sure?
You could tell he was like he couldn't really go any deeper.
It's so
in that
funny.
last take, it was very good.
But
Um,
it's exactly the point.
it's
Like
exactly
we
the point.
talking about when we were discussing this voice, the point was it was supposed to be ridiculous. Because yeah, like it's him putting on a voice. That's exactly what it should sound like.
I can put on the scratch audio from the Soup songs after this if you want. Let's just get through this, otherwise I'll forget where we're at.
Okay, very funny.
Oh, this. Okay. one of these ones is the one that you like, and
Oh,
I kept the
hell yeah.
laugh in and everything because
Oh,
I knew
yes.
I knew we had to keep that. You're gonna enjoy this.
Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please? Hey, be careful with that. Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please? Hey, be careful with that. Okay, very funny. Can I have... No, fuck that up. Oh, God, I fucked that one up. Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please? Hey, be careful with that.
I love it.
It
Okay,
was the
very funny.
It's like, I'm gonna
It's so
normalize
good.
it.
I love it.
I think the normalizing didn't work because I laughed so loud after it.
Yeah.
So usually this one would be a bit louder.
Normalize that bit.
Okay, very funny. Can I have... No, fuck that up. Oh, God.
Like, you were in the background too. You also laughed.
Yeah, it's so good.
You were on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
Perfect. Should have used that one. The thing is, like, it is really, really funny. I just couldn't imagine.
Would you say
what
it's
the
very funny?
It's very funny. I just couldn't imagine what the animator would do, like to like express, like facially act what he did.
Yeah, that's true.
Because his delivery was so off. I couldn't imagine what whoever get that shot. I couldn't imagine what they would do to make it look like he actually delivered it like that, and not like the voice actor did something wrong to the animation. Like,
Can I say what it's perfect for?
what?
Discord sounds.
Yes, we have it as on our like other Discord, like not the
Just like a
Seek
personal
Discord.
one.
In fact, let's send out the Discord again because there's new people.
Ah, Discord. Join the
Join
Discord.
the Discord.
Beep,
There,
beep, beep,
like we've put that as one of the soundboards for our personal Discord.
beep.
But yeah, that's very good. And then here's some oofs.
Also-
Very funny. I love the oofs.
Oh, oh,
Nick taking damage.
ah. Ooh.
Obviously,
Periodic
we went with
poison
this one.
damage.
This one's the best one.
Ah.
Ah.
um, very funny. Nah, fuck that.
Hey, Cubics.
Hey, Cuvix. When you eat something poisonous in a video game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Taking periodic.
Yeah, just
Poison
like,
damage.
imagine the Minecraft like tick, tick, tick. Ugh.
I'm trying to catch Mui. What are you doing? I'm trying to catch Mui. What are you doing?
Oh, it's so
It's the
funny.
first one you
It's
used,
so
right?
good. Yes.
Yeah.
I sometimes I mixed like, that bit or that bit into the
Mm.
other one. But mostly I stuck to one take because it sounded very natural for a
Yeah.
lot of them, like the cadence of it. Hi Cubix. Hope you're doing well. You wanted to oh yeah, let me see if there was some other yeah, I mean I had the same for Lex lines. Although Lex's lines aren't as interesting as Kix's lines in this
Mm.
short. So, but
I can't
I'll show. I mean,
remember.
for the heck of it, I'll show
For the
you.
heck
what-
of it. That's the point of this stream, ain't it?
Yeah, this is all the behind the scenes stream. You get to see all of the makings.
Look at these makings.
Very-
Oh wait, that's Kix. Oh yeah, because I loaded them in together to like listen to how they would sound
Ah.
next to each other. Hey, there's some Louise in here too. Let's listen to.
I don't know. 38 packs of Mentos is pretty iconic.
No!
Oh, that's me. That's me
That's
being
you.
Millie. So this is my scratch Millie. I think it's to like line up for Lex as well. So.
Well, let it play out.
Oh yeah.
No!
That's you.
My scratch Millie.
Oh, Kix, what's going on? Oh, I just got back from the shops. I was getting my 49 rolls of Mentos.
What's going on there?
That's one of Lex's lines. That's one of
It
Lex's
sounds
takes.
so different.
Yeah, no, I didn't go with it. Can you shout out Alex for me?
Yes.
So that's Alex. That's one of Alex's takes.
Barely sound like them.
Oh, Kix, what's going on? Oh, I just got back from the shops. I was getting my 49 rolls of Mentos.
It sounds like there's a filter on it.
This is just how Alex sounds over on our mic. So I actually changed their like
That's so
pitch a
wild.
little bit because they don't sound like that normally. Ow!
Hey Stella,
Hi Stella.
how are you guys? Did the top surgery go well?
Yes, it went well, and I'm just chilling now. Just
Maybe-
a week of chilling.
We're chilling on the weekend as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa. Hey, Kix, what's going on, buddy?
This is what we went with.
Oh, I just got back from the shops. I was getting my 49 rolls of Mentos.
I
That
basically
sounds different.
the thing
What
is
hell?
I basically had to slow Alex down a little bit, which is why they sound a little bit deeper in this one.
Ah.
Oh, whoa. Hey,
This
Kix,
is the one we
what's
went
going on,
with.
buddy? Oh, I just got back from the shops. I was getting my 49 rolls of Mentos.
That is what Alex sounds like in real life, basically. The other ones, I don't know what it is about how our mic picks up Alex, but it sounds like, or maybe something happened to my Audacity that day, but I think it made them faster.
Yeah.
Because they were speaking much faster than I thought they were, and slightly higher pitched.
It
So-
does sound
Oh.
sped up.
Oh, Kix, what's going on? Oh, I just got back from the shops. I was getting my 49 rolls of Mentos.
So that, I don't know what it was about us recording Alex that day, but it
That's
sounded a
weird.
little bit sped up, so I slowed them down for this take.
Yeah.
So this take is slightly edited, but that was also the best take, so that's what I went with.
It's funny.
I like the pause. Yeah, I like it too. I feel like it feels more natural with a bit of stuttering. Yeah, okay. So those were Lex lines, and I think Marie lines were recorded separately. Look at these file names. I don't know what that means. Skifferborgen.
What?
That's just what they came up as when she sent them to me. I'll open them for you there. Does that mean anything? And
No, I can't quite tell it because I'm looking at a very pixelated version of that. Skifervoen. The fuck? I've no clue. Also, maybe it's maybe it's Finnish because
Oh, yes.
maybe she did it on a Finnish computer.
Mhm.
Because she's in Finland at the moment.
Can you shout out Murray for me?
Yes. So remember to give all these people a follow.
And you may ask yourself, have I have water? Well,
Sip has been had.
Thank you.
Oh, he zoomed it out. Oh no, I can't read.
Press
Press. What am I pressing?
control. Yeah, good. All right, let's hear Marie lines.
It's so good.
It's good.
No.
Basically went with a lot of a. I basically just went with those ones.
No.
Also, that one had a breath in it, so
Yeah.
I couldn't really. Use
I like
it.
how the one you actually used actually has like a genuine laugh in the end.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that sounds like her actual laugh.
No. No.
I did use the tee hee hee from this as well.
That's good. Did you
No.
edit that in any
Yeah,
way?
yeah. I just used this part,
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
so that's like instead of some of the laugh. I think
Is-
in here,
No.
and then
Is
I'd
this-
put the.
Is this all the takes Marie did?
I think she actually did more, but I ended up like cutting them before this
Okay.
part. There's a lot of the sound of mischief. Yeah, because Sorrel is here for the first time, so they haven't seen any of our funny stream redeems. Have fun with the comedy point redeems. Yeah. So those are the
and you may say to yourself, my God,
okay.
Okay.
get up, get moving.
And if you didn't know, Jesse makes music edits as well, and I think that's why you've made the David Burns.
Oh, I
as well.
I just think David Byrne. What's it called? Once in a Lifetime is just such a. It's got so much potential. Once in
Yeah.
a Lifetime has so much potential for editing because he's just talking about shit.
He's just talking.
Okay, thank you for the soda.
Thanks, David Byrne.
All right, so you wanted to
Do,
hear?
do you have a thing to shout out your music?
Yeah, exclamation jams.
Exclamation jams. So check that out when you have some time. The first albums were made in collaboration with your brother.
Mm.
And I think some of the later ones is just you.
Yeah.
But there's some funny ones. It's a mix of jams and jokes.
Jams and jokes. You you asked earlier, you politely asked to listen to the what's it called? Scratch version of Eggshells. I can show you some of that while we're here. Any other comments?
I actually was playing Rock Band 3 today. Did Burning Down the House. Very fun to sing David Byrne. Yeah,
Ooh,
nice.
we had that as well. It's such a good song.
We do play Rock Band. Since you're new here, we do often... not often.
Yeah,
but
maybe
we do-
once every couple months we stream.
We
Rock
do
Band.
make Rock Band 4 streams, which are great fun. So, yeah.
Okay, let's see which one.
I
is it
like the
this one?
Tom Jones version of Burning Down the House. Don't know it.
We'll have to look for that. Scratch vocals? That sounds like it.
Mm.
So this is Eggshells, but with me doing every voice. So me doing Marie's voice and me doing Nabil's voice. And my Marie voice is so funny in this, I think, because it's like my upperest range.
Mm.
Or like my silliest upper range.
You know how to add mods or just doing vanilla, either way, very based, like Rock Band?
We play it on PlayStation, so there's no mods for us.
Yeah, I don't think we can mod that version of it. We're just playing vanilla. So, ah, yes.
Look at my broken shell, I think I'm over pooping. I feel like I'm in hell, I kinda like it in here.
Maybe we've gone too far. Pretending I was something. A quick and painless fast in case that wasn't clear.
Shouldn't we come meet and we'll laugh the
It's
morning
funny 'cause,
out?
like,
Maybe I'll give
you can tell how it
recipe for
guided the
disaster.
others.
Whisker with my thoughts. You got me walking on eggshells, talking to myself every day from dusk till the morning. Oh well, I can say life is boring.
My Marie voice is so so scuffed. Yeah, it's different. The background music's different.
Oh my god. Someone in the Discord, I can't remember who, made a Rock Band, what's it called? Chart of this song.
Yeah.
Who did that?
I haven't even looked at it yet.
It's
Oh, that was you. Cool.
Oh, cool, yeah. Oh, it's your first time watching a stream, but you know us, I
Yeah.
suppose. Okay, good. Yeah, that was cool.
They're also, I think this is my newest coffee member.
Ah, bless you. I looked at it, and watching that chart made me realize how different the drums were.
Yeah, the drums, the drums
funny.
are like just like a garage band like drummer, so it's sort of like generated.
Nah, don't be sorry. I just I didn't realize that was you. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's actually looking at that chart. It's like this is actually a hard drum to play. But yeah,
Which version? Maybe this one is the Scratch Audio one.
well, looking at the chart that one time I did, like it looked believable.
Yeah. Although I think we sound very similar. V.
Yeah.
Like V and I.
It's true. Like I feel like V really did what you were going for very well.
Am I dreaming of electric love? Wires crossed above. Factory reset. Reprogram me so there's feeling in all 8 gigs of RAM. Walls of concrete was all I knew.
And And then I changed the grammatical error too
Smashed my CPU.
in V's version.
Grammatical error?
It's true.
Is walls of concrete were all I knew is grammatically correct, and in this version I say was all I knew.
Ah.
But it's basically this.
I'm no function.
Yeah.
We sound very similar. I think we have like the same pitch voice.
Broke my
That's true.
TOS. Passed the Turing test. Ones and zeros. Does not
Did we also do the ones and zeros themselves?
No, but my thing is broken.
How can this be real?
Oh, it's you!
It's me?
Oh yeah, there we go.
It's you.
So there's feeling.
Also, you just kept your own
Yeah.
0 ones in there.
The 0 ones and the lower vocals in the last part are from me, from this
Oh,
version.
okay.
Because you can't really tell the difference anyway.
Came and smashed my CPU. Factory
So there's a lower version here,
reprogrammed.
Oh, yeah.
and that's my version in both songs.
All it looks like was concrete. Was all I knew before you came and smashed my CPU. So thank you.
But to be fair, when I do the scratch vocals, especially for the songs, I do try to do an impression of that person
Yeah, yeah.
so that they have an idea of how I want them to sound as well.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, you do that well, because, like, you can tell with the Marie takes you do,
Yeah.
it's exactly what Maui should sound like, but then Marie do them, and
Yeah,
they are
there's
perfect.
like I think for Rescue when I did the scratch vocals for Marie, most people couldn't tell the difference for when she does the like scream
Yeah.
when she's like attacking the robots.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's basically like instead of like I would prefer to be able to be sitting down with the people when I give them voice directions, but like for people who are overseas that we don't talk to face, the best way I can do is do an impression of what I want them to do. But everybody else I give like pretty clear like direction to if I can see them face to face or if they're online or whatever.
Mm.
If it works, it works. Exactly.
So true.
Okay, so we went through Nick's shots. Again, for those who weren't here, Nick did the 2 shots of Moi, the close-ups, because Nick is very, very new to animation and actually also new to drawing. So I gave Nick the easiest shots because he still wanted to help. Can you shout out Nick again?
Yep.
Alright.
Here's another Nick.
Nick is also the voice of Kix. That's what we were just going through.
Mhm.
Friday did all the backgrounds. I think that's like, you know, that there's very little we gotta say about it because
They're just good.
they are just good at art.
I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Go on the very first frame. Very first frame. That's Millhouse.
Yeah, you keep saying you see Millhouse in that in the skiff up there.
That's Millhouse.
I don't really see, but
Do you see it? Chat? Do you see that that's Millhouse?
give me the Animal Crossing music.
See it a bit. All right. I'm just
So-
glad I can now rest easy knowing that Quill and Separator will Supporter cannot unsee Millhouse now.
So this is how we usually do backgrounds. I draw a really rough sketch of what like I'm gonna animate to, or whoever's here is gonna animate to.
Doc Magnet.
Duck Magnet. You see how there's like the red, the very faint red is where the hands are gonna be.
Yeah.
So Friday knows how much effort to put in. Like, don't draw too much under here because you're not gonna see it, sort of thing. So there's my sketch of that background, and of course,
The counter
There's
used to
the
have a
action-
hang in there cat.
he used to have hanging in the cat, and I think they actually doodled that, but then I said, nah, let's just make it something else. Because I didn't want to draw too much attention to the background. Because if there's a character in the background, then people are going to look at the characters. So this is their background of that. You can see it's very similar. In fact, they have to match it, more or less, because I'm going to be giving my animators this, and so, for example, when Anton animates this shot, he needs to be able to draw that grocery bag on that table
Before the background
is drawn. So I gave Anton this, and he draws the grocery bag here, and then Friday does the background fully, so that they can be drawn in parallel instead of like the background having to be done before the animation is done.
Gotta save the background for like secret wizard shots. Don't know what that means.
There's a wizard on the fridge.
There is? Oh yeah. You're right.
I love drawing backgrounds. I wish I had the patience for it. Yeah, I'm not very good at backgrounds. I'm just not very good at like massive color coordination, like not just on a single character, but like across the whole scene. So that's one thing that I think Friday does really well. I drew this like I drew this. This was like one of the first things that we drew, actually.
Hey, Isla.
Hey, Isla. This is one of the first things we drew, and I showed the gang. Just like a color test and like a style test for the groceries, because we don't always draw accessories, so it's good to like have a style test. And then I just like did a blob, like a cloud of colors, and I was like, maybe something like this for the background. And then Friday just ran with it, and obviously did this, which is basically exactly that, but with original colors too. The two kicks are swapped body proportions. Yeah, this kicks is bottom heavy, and this kicks is top heavy.
Oh yeah. Fresh Bandicoot ass.
Yeah, and then like the thing that a background artist has to be really good at is not making the background colors clash with the foreground colors. So I'm not sure how active Friday thinks about this, but they do it very subconsciously, if not. So like, if they know that Kix is going to be in the shot, they really shouldn't be using a green that looks anything like this in the background, right? Because otherwise he'll be blending in. And you'll notice that this fridge is completely out of frame when Lex is in the screen, because it's blue. So like, they're really good at just color coordination, not just like in terms of contrast with each other, but also not making my characters fall into the background. They also are really
Respect!
right on. They're also just really good at art. Like, I think they gave me the first background they gave me was the next one, this one. And they were like, oh yeah, if you like this, I can also put a little more detail in. Like, I was like, no, you don't need to put any more detail in.
Hey, look.
Yeah?
It's Millhouse.
Oh,
Do you see it now?
no. But I've been looking at this from the beginning without it having colors, so I've only seen it as the outlines.
Yeah.
The single off-color tile is so real.
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
like,
That's actually such a good detail.
like, I think like a part of it is like having the details in the background be of enough contrast to make the foreground stand out. So like the background is obviously more detailed than the foreground, but because it's still, you don't focus on it too much. Whereas the characters have the like focal point of movement. So if you go to film school or an animation school, you'll learn about focal points and stuff. And, you know, not only is all the perspective lines pointing at your focal point like this, but also other things, like when a character's moving, when anything is moving, you'll notice that first. That is the first thing you notice. The other thing that people will just straight up notice is text. Like, no matter if it's static or not. So if this calendar has said like January on it, that's going to draw too much attention, so we don't have any text in the backgrounds, generally. You'll remember from the Soup OP, I decided to make the strike word on the bowling alley.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really light, because text is extremely noticeable. Like, if you speak the language of you're just gonna be like, oh, text, and you read that before you like notice anything else, especially if the characters aren't moving. So
You even
movement-
debated removing it entirely.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's
like movement, biggest focal point. Text and eyes, even if the eyes are still, second biggest focal point, and then color contrast or like contrast. So the fact that their backgrounds are actually more noisy and more like detailed than our foreground creates a contrast that's really nice and makes the animation actually stand out. Expose all the information that does not serve the shot. Yeah. Anyway, Friday, really good background artist.
definitely.
Like here, this is the background. Like you can see, there's actually like a lot of noise in the shot, and the lines are kind of like broken, but in a nice way.
Yeah.
It's a lot of detail. They even like made a logo that I don't know if we see because Big Kicks is in front of it the whole time.
That's
Soup.
effort. Soup calendar.
But like, yeah, none of the notes have anything on it because again, I don't want text in unnecessary spots. If there was gonna be, it would be like nonsense. It wouldn't be English.
Would be like Danish or something.
The Lex is very noticeable. But yeah. So a little zoom in on the. I really like how Friday does this, like kind of.
Just like makes it livable.
But like the inside
mean-
is like
yeah,
a
yeah,
bit
yeah.
like I don't know. It's like it's just
Makes the
they're
outline.
like their way of like highlighting the very outline most part,
yeah.
but then having inside details. Like the umbrella's outline is very clear, but then the inside still has a little. Very cute. I love the
Yeah.
style. Very nice. They also did 3 or 4 of the backgrounds. 4 of the backgrounds in the Soup OP as well. If you haven't
Oh yeah.
checked that out.
A lot of good backgrounds in that.
Basically, any background that looks like a little more complicated than just a couple of lines is Friday.
Mm.
Soup of the month calendar. Yeah. A something soup, if you will. Yeah. And also for this one, I'll just quickly show off that we have lots of layers because I work directly from the Photoshop file when I'm doing compositing. So foreground is on a separate layer so that Kix can be behind the table when Kix is chasing me. He has to be behind the table.
Mm.
The table is also on its own, so it can be moved around, which I did. I think this is like too high, so I think I ended up putting it like here. Or something like that.
Mm.
So Kix is like here, and then Maui's here. And I think for the big Kix shot, I almost just moved it out of frame because it was just like a tiny slither of it, like this was in the frame, and it kind of looks weird. So I think I just made it basically none. But so they also, the other thing that's great is that like Friday and I can communicate about. Can you shout out Friday again?
Yeah.
Friday and I can communicate really clearly about what I need for compositing as well. So they have their parts separated into ways that I can work with them really easily. So what happens when Kix chases Maui is that the background moves, obviously. Like, the background moves with the character. Or more accurately, the character runs along a screen that is this big. But this actually just gets shifted as well at the same time, so it looks a bit more parallaxed. Like, this is more forward in space. Yeah, so those are the backgrounds.
Having separate parts and layer folders is like STR device.
It's almost a necessity if you're doing compositing. So I had them do that because you have to do that. Yes. So I'll just show it here. So you can see that
Look at the table.
You can see that table is like almost in line with the doorknob when it's still. But then when they start moving, when the camera starts moving, it moves like a little bit faster.
Yeah.
So it's faster than the doorknob. Now it's like, it looks more like it's
That's
in
like
space.
right in the middle of the door.
Yeah.
Right
so
onto the Lex sign.
It's getting shifted at the same time as the camera moving along, so it's like parallaxed, which means that it makes the audience feel like they're closer to the table than they are to the background.
3D.
It's in 3D. Yeah, little things like that. Good for background separation. what was I up to? I was talking about backgrounds. So yeah, that's Friday. I'm just gonna go down the list. So Anton is also one of our animators, of course.
That's a shout out.
Anton did this shot. So there's like, this animation has a few reuses. Like the Maui shots, completely the same, both cycles. Every other shot, like all the Kicks shots, obviously were redone. But the Maui animation and the Lex animation were reused as well. But this is Anton. Actually, Nabil drew this, but Anton did Kicks, and Anton did the grocery bag and the what's it called? Groceries, like the bottle as well. So this. Let's just go through that.
I love how the bag like falls over.
Yeah.
Was that Anton?
That wasn't my board, but Anton animated it. So
Yeah. Especially because it goes like.
Yeah, it has a little foley. So that's Anton's shot. You can, like, I don't know how much you can tell, but because I've worked with these guys and I know how I draw, I can kind of tell who, like, you can kind of see their
Just slightly.
their art style come through when they draw, like, the soups. I
Yeah,
think
just
it's really
slightly.
fun. Like,
I do really like.
although I did the keys in this animation, so this is a little bit different how we usually work. Usually I do all the boards and then I get the animators to just go, and then I go in and do a tie down, so I like put some certain things more on model, which I still did for this one.
Can you go back to when Kix holds the chain? I love the like how the mouth is gone.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a cute design.
yeah, it's good.
So for this one, I actually did draw the keys, which means that on most of the main drawings of every one of these, like every drawing, most of the main drawings of every drawing is a drawing I've done, but then I got the animators to do the rest. So, and including the animators did clean up as well, most of them. So, like the very first frame would have been one that I like sketched out. In fact, I can probably show you. I'm gonna go to Anton's shot specifically, just to show you the process. So like, this is the shot. This is what I would have given Anton to work from. So I've drawn the ones that are blue. Well, I've drawn everything so far. So it's something to work from, and it keeps them on model. The animators a little bit more on model. But obviously that's not very many drawings, so Anton went in and did the rest. So, let me show you that as well. Here's a version.
Maui, you haven't seen a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, have you?
So that would have been his rough. But you can see that it's like using the drawings that I've kind of started for him.
Very good rough.
Yeah, it's a very good rough. So,
Actually.
like, I think that maybe some of my animators might have a really, like, skewed perspective of what roughs look like, because I rough really cleanly. And some of the people who watch our streams might have a really skewed perspective of what roughs look like. But if I show you, for example, Nabil's shot later, that's what normal roughs look like. Like, roughs don't have to be that clean. This is really clean.
The roughs are just to guide
Yeah.
the cleaning.
Yeah. Of course, the cleaner your rough is, the easier it is to clean. So that's
Sure.
why I rough really cleanly. Anyway, that was Anton's shot. Let's look at it one more time. I also really like his drawing of Kicks without a mouth. I think it's really good. It's good. I wonder if I have a later version of his, because I think it's an output. My folder structure is also extremely clean because otherwise we'll never see these. We'll never find any of these files ever again. If they're
Yeah.
not clean.
Yeah. There are as many was too rough as there are to draw a line.
Ways probably.
Right, yeah.
So this is like, I think this is the final rough before we move to clean. So this is like it with as many frames as it has, which is a lot of frames.
Doke.
Maui, you haven't seen a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, have you?
Good stuff. Who's next?
Who's next?
Lessa?
Yeah.
So Lessa did the very first drawing of. This is
Yeah,
the
he did
this
that.
is the first drawing of Chad Kicks that we
Before.
had before I drew this one.
Yeah.
Because I pitched the idea to them
Mhm.
through text. And I said, like, and then the whole animation repeats, except Kix is, like, really strong and has long hair. Like, and that's the only difference, or whatever. And then Lassa just drew this, and we're like, yeah, it's gotta be something like
Yeah.
that. So this is the first drawing of Chad Kicks. Well, actually, this is the first drawing of Chad Kicks.
It is?
Yeah, that was from November last year.
Okay.
Or wait, or maybe it was from June? It was one of our art swaps we did with Nick.
Oh, yeah.
I did this as a completely irrelevant joke before we came up with this short,
Yeah.
and then the idea of him being like epic was in my head.
Yeah.
So then this is the official first drawing of Chad Kicks.
Mm.
I love Chad Kicks so much. Yeah. So Lasse's shots are the 2 close-ups of Kicks. When his epic. So this one. And this one.
Little shoulder wob.
Yeah, the little shoulder wobble. It's very good. So I did the boards for everything, but I didn't do all of the acting in the boards. Maybe I should show you the boards first.
Yeah.
So you have an idea of how much the animators kind of improvised on their own.
And hey, make sure to give them a follow. All of them. On whatever they're using. That you are using too.
So the very first shot where he puts down the grocery bag was not in the board. That was added afterwards as suggested by Nabil, because then he suggested it so that it hides the punchline a little bit better the second time around, so you have a moment to not know what's going on before we see Kicks,
Yeah.
sort of.
I need to ask, was Friendship as Manly at all a inspiration?
I don't know what that is. Friendship is manly?
Mainly?
I don't know what that is. So no, I guess. Okay. So here's the board. I don't know if it has the scratch audio or if it has the real audio.
Bonk.
The other change that the animators chose is to have him turn around facing the screen.
Maui, you
Instead
haven't
of
seen
facing
a 2-liter
away from the
bottle of
screen?
Diet Coke, have you?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please?
No.
Hey, be careful with that.
Oh, whoa. Hey, Kix, what's going on, buddy?
I'm trying to catch Maui. What are you doing?
Oh, I just got back from the shops. I was getting my 49 rolls of Mentos.
Yep, that's me. You might be wondering how I got into this mess. Well, let me start from the beginning.
This is good because it shows that the audio was already recorded
Yeah, for the timing.
to time the animation.
Maui, you haven't seen a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, have you?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please? Hey, be careful with that. Ah,
Whoa. Hey, Kix, what's going on, buddy?
I'm trying to catch Maui. What are you doing?
Oh, I just got back from the shops. I was getting my 49 rolls of Mentos.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, anyone who does dub work will tell you how much compromise comes with doing audio after animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
must
don't
be
think
tough.
I don't think that's the way to do it. I think
Yeah.
that anyone who has had an animation course has been taught to animate as if they are actors, sort of. So you're supposed to be able to act what you're hearing, like as in, you're not supposed to make the voice actor act what the visuals look like. You're supposed to be able to be skillful enough as an animator to realize the acting of the voice actor, if that makes sense. Like, it takes a really, like, powerful voice actor to act exactly what an animation is doing. It should take a basic animator to act what a voice actor is doing. Like, that's the easier way to do it. That should be the standard. But of course, dubs. Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody gotta do it.
Yeah, so these are Lass's shots. They're very funny. I love the close-up ones. They're so good.
They're very funny.
Very funny. I think like every time we've looked at it, Alex says that Lass's shots give them a Zelda CDI kind of vibe. They're moving a lot. Like compared to the other shots, they're moving a lot.
There's a bit of animation in the body and the hair afterwards.
For how short they are, they're kind of moving a lot and kind of like in a way that's like kind of unusual for the rest. But
it's actually
very
so
good.
good.
It's very good.
I didn't realize till you said it out loud.
Yeah.
Like how much shoulders move and hair moves and yeah, it's good.
And the thing is, like, I wanted whoever did the second half of the animation should base their acting off of the first half's animation. Like, whatever Kix is doing in the first half, do an exaggerated version of that in the second half. So when I think Marie was actually the first person. Marie did these shots. Marie did these shots, and she was the first one to finish her roughs. So it was actually really good because it meant Lassa could base his animation off Marie's.
Yeah.
So when she does the little like giggle and eye roll, like it was like a one-sided eye roll, but it's still an eye roll.
Yeah.
And then the are you sure kind of like head tilt. Wait, where is it?
It's actually really good how
that's like a head tilt.
Yeah.
And then Lassa did the same, but like in his own way. And then the eye roll obviously as well.
Yeah,
so
much
like,
more animated.
Yeah, way more exaggerated. It works being more animated, yeah. I mean the whole point of like doing Chad Kicks is to do a really silly over the top version of the story. I also saw that Zapporta sent me an ask on Tumblr that said, do you think that this animation keeps looping? Like, after this, Chad Kicks has his version of the story to tell? And he's like even bigger? And yes, I do think that's what happens. He gets even bigger. Except that we can't show that because he gets too big to fit in the screen. Can't fit in the house after this version, so... Being a Chad gives you more frames of animation. So, yeah, very fucking good animation from Lassa. I guess we should show some of his roughs as well. We actually went through a couple of versions of his ones because I thought his very first one was a bit
And
too...
you may ask yourself, have I have water? Well...
I thought his first one moved, like, way too much for how short this shot was. And also had a jiggle in it, like, kind of there.
I feel like, yeah, I know what you mean, and the end product, the change is subtle, but it's clearly better. I don't know what he did, but it...
And then this is me, like, suggesting a thing for him. but it was still not the right move. So yeah, we did end up
Yeah.
changing it a bit.
It's good in the end.
Yeah,
Very.
on this one as well. Early. It's lagging a bit. The frames are there, but it's lagging a bit. It's not playing full speed. But you can see where the keys are.
Hmm.
I think, yeah, this one is a little closer to the final product. And then, of course, like a GIF's good for workflow. So the GIFs are only good for because we're working between interstate, intercontinental. So GIFs are good for showing me your progress really fast. But I ask for the file as well. So they give me a GIF so I can see it real quick, and then they give me their file so I can go in and change the frames. So, let's see. I can show you what the file looks like, for example. So instead of me, because like if I'm working with like 4 other animators, I might not want to be open every single file all the time. So if they can export a GIF that fully represents what they do, then it's good.
It's just for organizing.
It's for speed.
It's for comms.
So like, yeah, this would be one of Les's last roughs. And I think that I went into this and I still fixed up that one little bump there. You know how he goes. You can see how he goes, like a little bit
too wavy, the hair.
It's not the hair. It's just, I mean, like his whole face does like a for a second.
Okay.
So what I do from here when a person's like done basically their whole thing is that I go in and I clean one frame so that they can do the rest based on mine. And I think I did a little bit of adjustments as well.
Oh,
So, like, the blue is my draw over. So it's like a slightly smoother. In this case, I did 2 clean frames because this is like basically the same key as the next starting key. And then, yeah. Good stuff. Fun stuff. I thought frame by frame was more important, but clearly not as. No, actually frame by frame is not important because you want to watch at the speed that your audience watches it. You should, like, a good animator should be able to feel when something's off at full speed, not at frame by frame. I think that's where people who are just starting off end up focusing too hard on the things that people will not see and may also suffer from it. For example, if you do lip sync frame by frame, you're not doing lip sync, you're doing miming. Like, lip sync doesn't actually work if you try to put every mouth sound into it. You're meant to just make lip sync look like what the character is, like, what sound they're making at that very moment, not what sound their mouth would actually make in real life. It's way more important to watch things as they move than it is to watch things frame by frame. Frame by framing is important for, like, fixing arcs and, like, jitters, but not for fixing, like, overall feeling. And the most important thing is timing and spacing. So you should be able to see timing and spacing issues. Like, if, like, the reason why, like, to me, if I had just got that GIF to work off of, I might not know exactly where the problem is. If I only got this GIF, I might not be able to see where the problem is, but I can see there's a problem because I can see that bounce that his whole body does in the second last drawing. I don't know if you can see it, Johnny.
I can kind of see it.
It's doing something that I would call a jitter, where it's just going like, and like there's one particular moment it's just going like, a little bit. And you should be able to feel that, and then you go in frame by frame and check what the actual issue is. All this to say, Lesser did a really good job. It's not like you can. Usually, people can't just straight up animate something first time and it looks perfect.
Well, I mean, I feel like this is good because it shows that it is a process, and you make something, you realize, oh, this isn't quite right, and then you fix it up.
So like, there's no jitter in this version of the animation. What there is an intentional eyebrow overshoot. That's not the same as a jitter. So you see the eyebrow on the left side of the screen will bounce up further than its landing point and then come back down. That's an intentional overshoot. You can tell when something's intentional. And then when something's not intentional, it's usually because the arc is broken. So that overshoot is intentional because it still follows the same attack pattern as the rest of the eyebrow does. And then it comes back down. Whereas, if I open that shot again, version shot. Again, all this to say, Lesser did a good job. I'm not like criticizing his animation specifically.
Well, says learning about how to communicate on projects is very useful knowledge. Like seeing how your animation communication to you in order to speed to the answer, because they likely feel the same issue you do, but need fresh eyes to solve the issue. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Perspective.
I think I accidentally saved over his file.
Oh shit.
No, as in this is not the version with the quote-unquote mistake. But I do know where to find it because I also have an online version of everything.
Ooh,
We have the Google Drive version of everything, and we have my local file version of everything. There's just something.
That does look different.
There's something. It's really hard to explain. There's something that's just kind of.
Say,
Like okay, here for example.
the takeaway sometimes it's just vibes.
So for example, this shoulder here is going from. There's a color that you can see. It's going from. Still no. It's going from being like here. This is not a color you can see. Going from being here, and that's a little bit lower, and then it's a little bit higher, and then it's higher, and then it's higher, so that it just kind of bounces low for a frame without any intention. And it's okay. So over here, it's also like very much to the. It's just like I think. I mean, again, it's really hard to explain. It starts really low. It stays low. It jumps really, like, this, if I were animating this would already start moving up if this is the next thing to aim for. Like, if it's already here, then this should be higher, right?
Mm-hmm.
To ease in. And then this one is more or less in the same spot. This one is more or less in the same spot, so it feels stuck. This is more or less in the same spot, so it's still here, but it was very low here. Hissies! And then it kind of jumps high for one frame, and then it kind of stays there as well. So there's like not a lot of easing, and that's one of the body parts, right? So what I would do as the person checking the animation is go through people's animations if they feel off, and check every body part for that kind of inconsistency, for whether they should be easing, sort of. So a big one would be like the appendages, or like the eyes or the mouth or the nose. So like if I wanted to check if I wanted to check for arcs, I could draw this, and then I could be like, okay, so moves forward, moves forward, moves forward. Okay, that's fine because it's moving in the same direction. That's fine.
Mm.
And then stays in the same spot where the rest of the body is kind of moving. That's odd. It's not impossible, but it's odd because the rest of the body is moving. And then moves up. I would expect it to keep moving up because it has started to move up the nose.
Mm.
But then it moves back down. So that would this would be a jitter. Because it's only one frame of moving up, but then it moves back down.
Mhm.
And then it moves down, and then it moves down. So this up frame has to be very intentional for it to work. That's just sort of an example of what I meant.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the analysis comes after noticing that there might be something up with the animation, and I can usually tell if something's up with the animation already in the GIF. As a long explanation for why the GIF is good.
Mm.
Yeah. Shout out Lesser.
Yeah, here's another one. Les also streams occasionally,
Mm-hmm.
so give him a follow.
And now Marie. So I mentioned earlier, Marie is... We love the GIF format. All my homies love the GIF format. As long as it's the exact same frames per second as the actual animation, so it's what it's supposed to look like. So Marie did what some of the commenters on TikTok called... Oh, maybe it was on YouTube, but somebody was like, that's some... I think it might have actually been Cubics. Somebody said, like, that's some, like, like, what's his name? I can't remember the animator survival kit guy, Richard Williams. That's some Richard Williams ass animation. So Marie did the Richard Williams ass animation of Kicks, the close-ups. This one, and the one before that. So
And what does that mean?
this one as well. So it's a lot of frames. So this shot is only 24 frames. This is 1 second of animation. But
Mhm.
look how many drawings there are in this.
Yeah,
Every
lot. It's like really-
it's like 12 drawings, I think. So it's on twos.
yeah.
For contrast,
I think it's a James Baxter level animation.
oh yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, but it is. It's like it's really high quality. That's why it looks way smoother. For example, in contrast to this Maui, like look at how little this Maui is moving, and then look how much that Kicks is moving.
Yeah.
So that's Marie. She did this. We can look at all those frames individually if we want. Oops, that's the wrong one.
I like how Quill wrote James Baxter and a shocked Kicks emote appeared.
Oh, because
it's
it
like
says "eh."
ah. That's good.
Okay, so let's see how many frames this is. Like how many drawings this is. 1, 2. So there's 2 drawings in the first 2 frames.
2.
And then that's a hold. 3 drawings. So this is only 4 frames in. That's another hold. There's another drawing. These are 2
4.
different drawings.
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7.
8, 9, 10. 10 drawings.
10
10
drawings.
drawings in... Let me check. This is our Trello board.
Mhm.
24 frames. 10 drawings in 24 frames is nuts.
Mm.
Usually that amount of frameage is reserved for action, but she used it in a head tilt, in a shrug.
Amazing.
That's why it looks so smooth.
That's true. That's good.
And it's like it is a lot of effort to think about, like, look how close these drawings are.
It's very subtle.
This could if it were me, I would have just made that the same drawing. So, you know, animators' styles come out as well as art style. I think Marie matches my art style almost exactly.
Yeah.
Like
It's good.
like a lot of those. This is like so on model. I would have drawn it exactly the same, but she obviously animates differently to me. So art style is different to animation style.
Yeah.
Gotta get an AI in here to interpolate it to 60 frames per second. And then she did this one as well, which is also really, really smoothly animated.
Yeah. It's good. Let's count the frames.
So we're just counting the body because the lip sync doesn't count.
Yeah.
So 1 drawing, 2 drawings, 3 drawings, 4 drawings, 5 drawings, 6 drawings, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Look how close this
Yeah.
this ease is.
But it does something.
It does. She's put a lot of effort into it. Oh, that's not even the whole animation.
Yeah, you stopped counting.
How many did I count to?
You said 11, but I don't know if you counted the last one because you just started saying, see how subtle this is. And I don't know if you went back or forward.
12,
Okay.
13, 14, 15, 16. I think that's it. 16. It does like really, really,
Can you
really
go?
close.
Can you go front one? Let's just enjoy this frame a little bit.
That's a good frame.
It's good.
The only changes I made to Marie's entire shot was that I changed how she drew the blinks. So I went in and I did these eyes because she did the eyes like this, but like just 2 circles.
Yeah.
Hold on, I think I got fucked up again. Ba. I'm back. So Marie animated. The only thing she drew off model was the.
I need to reset it now.
All good?
No. That's better, I think.
Okay. The only thing that I changed was her. Was how she drew the blink eyes. Hey,
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
it's so fast you can barely see it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even load. Maybe I can open it in thingy. Oh, this is not even the right file. But that's her rough. This is a cleanup. Oh, it's loading both now. So annoying. I'm trying not to replace this one so I can keep keep that one open. So I'm using a different player. So that's how she did the blinks. It's like a circle with a line in it. But I replaced her blinks with the just the drawing
I
of
see
the
what you
line.
mean. Yeah.
So that's the only difference I made with her animation. Yeah. Might want to take a quick bathroom break.
Yeah, I think I need a break too.
And then we'll keep talking about Ray's animation.
Yeah.
Can we stop the Animal Crossing music?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to calibrate us before we leave. Because I think we still are kind of weird right now.
Alright, do it.
Okay, we're going to take a quick bathroom break, so we're going to put on the theatre, and now this episode might appear in the theatre, which is good. So we'll be back in just a bit.
See you shortly.
Look at my broken shell, I think I'm overcooking. I feel like I'm in hell, I kinda like it in here.
Maybe we've gone too far, intentions notwithstanding. A quick and painless pause in case that wasn't clear. Shouldn't we come eat and we'll laugh the morning after? Maybe I'll give you my recipe for disaster.
Come on,
Come on,
whisk away my thoughts.
my thoughts.
You got me walking eggshells. Talking to myself every day from dusk till the morning. Oh well, I can't say life is boring.
You might put up with me, you're meant to laugh at this too. But that's why it'll be a while till we apologize.
Living dichotomy, I hate you but I love you. I'm cracking in defeat, losing my mind but I feel fine.
Out of all the things that could possibly have happened, how did we end up with our eggs in one basket?
Come on, give me some support. You got me walking on eggshells. Talking to myself every day from dusk till the morning. Oh well, I can't say life is boring.
Maui, I got a great idea to surprise Lex for their birthday, but first I need you to get in the box.
Okay. This is gonna be so good. I wonder when Jester's coming back. It's a bit dark in here. Oh. What was that? Jester? Never mind.
Okay, we're done watching Box. Box
Oh.
randomizer.
What was in it?
I don't know. I wasn't here for the start of Box.
Oh,
What?
who did that? Cubics!
Cubics! Thank you for the sub!
Thank you, Cubics.
Thank you for the resub, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
Funny emotes. Alright.
Well, you have him now.
Anyway, we're talking about how... Can we turn on the cute music again?
Yes.
Talking about how amazing Maria's animation was. There's actually very little to say about good animation because it just looks good, and there was no I didn't do any draw overs, I didn't do any anything. It was already done basically when it was sent to me. So yeah, I basically got the file as it looks, or at least a rough version, and then I said yes, good, keep going, and then she did the rest of it.
Well, I mean, I guess you can say why it was so good, and I think we have.
Well, it's just the arcs are all okay. Let's do the shoulder the shoulder.
Here's a shout out from Marie again.
Yeah. The head tilt or whatever, the eye roll thing. Let's focus on one body part. The nose. Just I'm not gonna draw it on, obviously. Just look at it.
You can put a cursor on it though.
This is the corner of the nose.
Like you're trying to follow a loading bar in the early 2000s.
So it just does this. Like if you look at my mouth. And it follows that consistent line.
Yeah.
It doesn't go or anything. Like it doesn't go a way you don't expect it to go.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it a good arc. And every part of this animation does that.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it good.
Delicious.
We can do it again here. The nose goes up, and even though the head rotates, the nose stays the same. Goes up. And then, whoops. And then it comes down. So you can see I'm moving my mouse in a curve because that's what I'm expecting it to do. So I'm expecting it to go here next.
Close.
Yeah. So it's just, I overshoot the arc, so it just basically arcs down like this.
Yeah.
So it's just, it follows lines that are expected. And that's basically what animation is. Well, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, but
the only thing animation is about.
This is what I would expect it to do, and this is why I didn't give it any notes, because it does exactly what I expected it to do.
Yeah. Right on.
Alright, who's next? Nabil.
Nabil.
Nabil did this shot. Nabil did the roughs for this shot, and I did the cleanup. We actually shared this shot because Nabil was extremely busy. So he did the first... He roughed... Let me just show you what he did first so that we can talk about it a little bit better. It's not the right file. This is his first, this is the first file he gave me, and this is what I more expect roughs to look like. So it's not that the other roughs were it's not that this rough is rough, it's that the other roughs were super clean.
Yeah.
And the blue is what I gave him to work with. So he's done the black.
So extra. Yeah, like you can tell he focused on making sure the body parts are moving as expected.
Yeah.
You can tell what the center is, you can tell what the eyes are supposed to be.
Yeah. I would have given him...
I've seen the roughs, it's
interesting.
interesting.
I think I would have given him this. Like, this is the file I would have given him to work from. Yeah. Well, that's the point of these streams, to give a little more insight for people who aren't animators or who are just who are artists or animators that are interested in how, because you can kind of do things very differently.
Yeah.
So
It's just fun to see
again,
how other
the thing
people
that
do things.
the thing that the animators like Anton and Nabil decided to change in both of their kick shots, like the
Mhm.
opening kick shots, is that the kicks is facing the screen instead of facing the wall. And I like that. They both wanted to do that, and as long as it was consistent between the two of them, it's a good idea because well, you get to see the character.
Yeah.
If they'd gone with what I drew, then you wouldn't have been able to see the character.
That's a good point. Was that in your original rough? or
This
was
is my
that-
rough.
Yeah.
So they chose to change it.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. That never happened.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
when Nabil and Anton did their roughs, they flipped kicks around so that he's facing forward instead.
Mm-hmm.
You can already tell his arcs are good, even though there's less frames to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you draw a line for it.
Mhm.
You can see like the top of his head kind of curves
Yeah.
down a little. It's good.
Yeah.
It's better than it going straight, or it should curve up.
Mm.
It's fine. It should either do that or it should do this slightly. But you can already tell by the things that he did. It was already solid.
Yeah.
And then let's see, further down the line, we split the shot into two parts. So that's why this says it's very small on the screen. But this one says shot 20, and then this one says shot 20A, and this one says shot 20B.
Mm.
Is because Nabil needed help, and I ended up doing the second half of his shot, and he did the first half of his shot. So, so this is, I guess, this one maybe? It's an early version of my take on his shot. Yeah, so we split the shot in half at this point. So, this is Nabil's part. And then this is what I ended up doing. I think this is... It's already cleaned. Let's put on the rough, because you're here for the roughs. You're here to see the roughs.
Here for the roughs.
So we connected it at this frame.
Mm.
And if you're wondering, that's where we did the shadows. Sorry for that sound.
Mm.
So the orange lines are the shadows roughs.
It is cool to see all the stuff you don't get to see because there's so much work in it.
Yeah. So that's Nabil's shot. Yeah, this is more or less. Maybe there's a little bit more. Just trying to highlight the stuff that he actually did. So I did the cleanup for his whole shot. So he only did the rust for his shot, which is why it looks like basically completely on model. So this is Nabil's rough, I think. Oh wait, no, I think I did the last part of that. So I did it from here. You can kind of tell the art style difference from this.
Mm.
I did it from this frame.
Oh yeah, actually, you can kind of tell. It's almost a little bit more, I don't know what it is, cartoony?
It's just we just
than
have
other
different
stuff.
styles. You can
Yeah.
tell. I mean, the
Which is
biggest
funny,
biggest
because
thing
the whole thing is a cartoon.
the biggest thing that I think Nabil and I do differently is pupil size. He does his pupils bigger than mine.
Yeah.
In all the other previous animations as well. It's slightly cleaner, but that's not to do with the art style. So like, that's Nabil's roughs, and then I did the cleanup on it. So, and I really like the front-facing kicks,
It's so good.
the Chad kicks.
Here it comes.
That one especially. I think that one's a really, really good drawing.
It's a smug.
See the rough of that again. So funny.
Yeah.
That's like
That's so different.
This is so funny though.
Yeah.
Like, and then because I did the cleanup, I chose to put it
That's a
on model
man.
slightly differently.
That's a man.
So I put it slightly on model, differently, and gave his hair a little more volume. But yeah, his roughs were basically perfect. Like,
That sure is a man, Skiff. Sure is.
yeah, I gotta highlight his roughs again though because they're so good.
Yeah.
Like that one's very on model.
Yeah.
That one especially is very on model. I basically
actually.
traced that directly.
Mhm.
And then this one is so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's just, yeah, we love to see buff kicks. Very funny. That's also really funny.
Mhm.
It's a bit it's a bit too human, so I think I changed that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I made it a little less face a little less forward front facing because it's just a little too. And the build draws his snout very long.
Mm.
So I think when I cleaned it up, it's not that long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hands rights. Hey, Robin.
Hello.
This is Nabil's shot.
How's it going, Robin?
Very fucking funny shot.
Let's give Nabil another shout out. Not in caps. There you go. Is this info and you want to follow him? Well,
You're doing it. You're winning the video game. Everyone is cheering for you.
Yeah.
But did we do everyone?
Yeah.
I think we did.
And then basically every shot that I didn't mention was me. So the 2 opening shots of the hands, and then the 2 closing shots of kicks chasing the Wii. So those ones were my shots, and then everyone did the things in between. I'm gonna be lurking because I have a lot to do tonight. Yeah, fair enough.
Sounds good.
Thanks for coming by.
See you, Robin.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess we should just go through those shots as well. I have the rough for that. Okay, so this one's a lot. So as you may have noticed, we animated them in like we moved the camera with the characters rather than moving the character, like keeping the character still and then moving the background, if that makes sense. So like,
hey, love the explosion freeze frame. Reminds me of those old anime scenes. Screens before screens they sometimes did to make things dramatic.
I mean, that was a reference. Yeah.
That's exactly what it was supposed to be. We called it the anime frame or something like that.
I was like, you remember like the very last shot of like a Pokemon episode or something where they're like walking in the sunset and then they just replace it with like a colored pencil version? I was going for that. So yeah, exactly that. Lex face real. yeah, so this was one of my shots. I will show you the roughs first, I guess. Yeah, as I was saying, we animated these ones in space, as we call it, rather
In
than
space.
which means we moved the characters in space rather than keeping the characters still and moving the background. So that's why the canvas is so long, because the characters are moving in space. They're moving in spacing rather than the characters being animated in a 16 by 9
That's good.
square and then the background being moved to it. This means that there'll be no inconsistency with their movement. They will. This is easier, I think, but it's harder for compositing. But because I'm the one doing the compositing anyway, I know what to prepare for, so it's easier overall for us. If it was done the other way, then it would be very hard to make the running look like realistically paced, because then the background might move too fast or something like that. It could have probably been done either way for this one, but I personally like to move things in space when I can, because it makes the movement feel more realistic. And you'll see that especially in like the explosion, I think.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think the explosion looks more realistic in this than it does in the like the final result, because the camera shakes so much. So open all the things. That, yeah, that's so the explosion I didn't rough. I just did it straight ahead, because effects animations are kind of like straight ahead, that you don't really need to rough effects animations.
Hey Webbish.
Hey Webbish. The scholars discussing animation. So that's the first part of the explosion I did. I think there's a Maui layer I'm missing. So this is the rough. Oops.
Man, I am tired today.
Run Drinkers is big. I guess that's the bad part about animating in space. The file is so much bigger. So if you imagine this is like two 16 by 9s. Like, look how smooth that explosion actually is. It doesn't look that smooth when you watch the animation.
True.
So that's my rough. This is how rough I usually rough.
That's a pretty good rough.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's quite clean, actually.
That's what I'm saying. It's extremely clean. And the thing that I do, that most that my other animators don't really do, except for Nabil, is that I don't draw the parts that are gonna be more or less staying still. That's why this is just the hand.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the body is more or less just staying still. And
Right,
then
yeah.
it's the same with the Kick's head shake here. The body is more or less just gonna move as expected. So I didn't draw it. And that's why some of the frames don't have like all their body parts.
Kiss. Keep it simple, sexy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's good.
That's why there's always like flashing things in my roughs like this. Because I don't really need
It's
it.
the worm.
And this one for Lex. Because all I need to do is remember that that's where I want their snoot to move. And so if I know that, then I can clean the whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's of course the really funny drawings in here. But yeah. That's what one of my roughs look like. And I did a very similar thing for Rescue when they're falling from the clothesline. It's also in space, so the canvas for the canvas for Rescue when they're falling from the building is a very tall canvas. It's like maybe 4 screens tall. It's pretty tall. And then we do the cleanup. Hello. There's a lot of layers for this because there's like a lot of debris and stuff at the end.
Oh yeah.
So overlay FX, overlay yellow. Oh yeah, they have lighting on them when the explosion hits.
Nice.
Ooh.
This Animal Crossing music is not helping me stay awake. I love when 2D animation does things like in space, something you'd expect from actual camera work, and then 3D animation does stuff like background deformation and movement you'd expect from 2D. Truly no technique is safe from an animator's imagination.
I think just talking about like projection mapping, which is what
Yeah.
you do in 3D animation when you basically have you still have a 3D background, but you can basically project a 2D image onto it to make it save time and resources, because you don't really need to model every single thing in 3D in a background. You can kind of just make something that is the right perspective and then projection map an image on top of it. And they can still quite convincingly look 3D because the camera's still moving forward and then that 3D object's still moving, with it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, with 2D, it comes down to compositing, because when you're compositing, and I did that thing earlier I showed you where I parallaxed the table so that it moves quicker than the background, that kind of gives it like almost 3D look.
Oh, look at that. Kicks.
Yeah, so like,
Because you knew where
I
the
knew
table
where the
was.
table was going to be, so I didn't have to draw the leg or whatever. Only really, I mean, that's how I do it. You only really need to draw what's important, what's going to be seen. Otherwise, you're doing extra work that you don't. And of course, in the final thing, I put the layer of that thing under Kicks. So I moved him above.
Mm.
And then I also did Epic Kicks version of that shot. But of course, this version already had the Lex and Marie animated, so I didn't have to reanimate them.
What kind of stand does Kicks have?
What kind of stand? You mean this? That is his stand.
Probably, yeah. Himself.
Himself.
But idealized. Ugh.
Is this the version without the... This is the version without the rough. I'll find the version with the rough, because that's what you're here for. Surely you want to see the rough. Oh, this is with my rough background, my layout background as well. Oh, I only rendered half of it.
Kicks' stand is called Skater Boy and works exactly like Hierophant Green. I can't remember which one that is. I was gonna make a joke.
Kakuan's stand.
Alright, I was gonna make the joke. His stand is called Imagine, like John Lennon. But then I realized that stands are the musician or band and not the song.
That's true.
So, what's funny is that but Chat Kicks doesn't look too different from actual kangaroos. They're so muscular.
Yeah. Here's the legs. I'm gonna have the Lex with that as well.
But they can sometimes be the song too, I think. Can they?
I don't remember.
I can't remember Stan that's a song, but been a while
Hi
since I watched
Marie.
Judgment.
Can you shout out Marie again?
Hello Marie, Marie in chat.
We're just looking through some of the shots and roughs.
Sometimes Stans have song names, sometimes it's
Called
an
Killer
album.
Queen, yeah,
Okay,
that's
well,
true.
John Lennon Imagines back on the table. It's funny because it's stinky.
So this is the rough for the final shot. The reason why barely any of Kix is drawn is because
Don't need it.
the screen is really high in this. If you can see that light blue outline,
Oh, that's funny. Hey, what did that text say?
I gave this part lots of leeway outside of the frame for the camera shake when the explosion happens. That's a note for Friday. Shout out Friday.
Right. Shout out Friday.
But basically, this blue line is where I expected the camera to cut, so that's why barely any of Kix is drawn down here. But I
That's
did end
good.
up moving it a little bit further out, but that was like what I worked off of. So yeah.
Love the last frame of Kix.
Mm.
I think I especially love it in actual Kix form.
Yeah. Small Kix form. That was a really fun run to do.
Yeah. The Animal Crossing New Horizon music makes me want to go back to Baby Tiny Island.
Baby Tiny.
Yeah.
I really like, again, the whole idea for this animation was whoever does the Chad Kicks version just does like a exaggerated version of the previous version.
Yeah.
So like I really enjoyed doing the run cycle here because it's like really like
Yeah.
like it's really swinging his arms up. Like stupidly swinging his arms up.
Yeah.
And that whole like and that thing at the start where he's just like wait and he puts his arm
Yeah.
up. Like
Stop!
Stop! And the point, the Family
Yes.
Guy ass pose where he's just
Yeah.
like
And the nudge. What are
It's-
you
what
doing?
are you doing? Johnny Bravo ass proportions.
True.
And I love you, Random Boy. Actually, it was a lot of fun to animate Big Kicks.
Mm.
Yeah, so then after that, clean up. Which again, I keep rendering only half of it. Lex and Marie were reuses in this scene, so I could just reuse most of their animation, except for the part where Lex falls over, of course.
Mm.
So that's what's shown here. All of the stuff of Lex here is the stuff that's not reused. So that's how little Lex I had to reuse. There was like one frame where his head was like too high up before to like lean down, so and then that one sounds good.
This is honestly a little bit Zelda CDI. The way he like zooms in front.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It is a bit.
What?
I was also really happy about the the side abs. His abs are so
Oh, yeah.
strong that you can see the silhouette of them. And they both get awoogas.
Yeah. They both are Wooga in this one.
One after the other, even.
Yeah. Go back one frame. One more in front. Beautiful.
There's also like a nice detail where all of the Chad Kicks drawings has like a kind of wiggly mouth. Like his mouth is a little like it's like a little bit cat mouth.
Yeah. It's subtle. I like that mouth. What's that?
Just a
Fucking
satisfied.
Fred Flintstone's ass.
He basically has like a very like slight lip curl on
Yeah.
the side. It's very funny. It's very funny.
Very funny.
Say. We can go through the funny frames now. This is, at least I like doing this. Looking at all the drawings.
It's good.
So just tell me to stop when you see something funny.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Something funny. First of all, the Coke bottle itself. I like how
Also,
you...
when the eyes pop out.
Oh yeah, oh, that's good.
I like that.
Whoa. I do want to point out the way the bottle, the name of the bottle,
It's just like,
the writing's just funny.
it's Coke, but like with all the lines joined up.
And you've done something to every letter,
Not the E and the O.
I guess. It's just interesting.
It's a funny drawing.
Doki. Yeah.
I
A little bit, it's a little bit Loma. You remember that meme?
What?
And how remember Simpsons shit posting?
Oh yeah.
And someone made the joke Loma, which is just a low Homer, one frame,
Yeah.
and everyone went nuts for it.
But
for
that's also
ages.
like another great point. This one has, like, all my animators are nailing it, but like
Yeah.
Anton did a great arc here. So he is going low and then back up. So
Yeah,
that's an
yeah.
arc, right? You
Yeah,
follow
yeah.
his head. Also, like another thing about frame by framing that, like, because Quill brought it up earlier, it doesn't have to look good in every frame. Not that this doesn't look good. It's just like you can't tell when they flip. Like for this, it's a big movement,
Yeah.
right? But like you won't be able to tell in motion. That's why it's important to watch things in motion rather than frame by frame.
Yeah.
Because when you're actually watching it at full speed, like what?
Clean.
Nobody can see that, so it doesn't really matter. It just matters how it looks while it's in motion. I've been trying to think of a music reference about turning back time to create an idealized version of yourself. But I'm just gonna end my JoJo bit here. Yeah, you have to have room for transitional frames. That's why there are cursed Simpsons frames. Yeah, like in-betweens don't really... They don't need to be as like thought out as people think. They just need to have the right spacing and timing. They don't need to like look super solid. That's a funny drawing.
Oh yeah. Eyes are a little
Look at his
smushed.
eyes. It's funny. And you pointed out earlier you really like the kicks with no mouth.
It's just a cute frame, this one. And this one. Well-timed blinks, by the way.
Yeah. In general, like
Milhouse
we went
spotted.
to the
Yeah.
we went to the same animation school, Anton, Nabil, Marie, and I. I think we all got taught the same thing, which is you basically always blink when you turn your head. Because
Oh, yeah.
it's too much for your eyes to keep them open. Like in real life, I mean. If you're turning your head fast, you don't, like if you're doing this, it's hard to keep your eyes open. You just see blurs. Not when
Yeah.
you're trying, obviously. But
Yeah,
like
of course.
when you naturally turn your head. Very little people keep their eyes open. At least, I mean, I don't know if Marie's still in the chat, but that's what I was told when I was at the animation workshop. Can I just say that even before we had a board for this, we had such clear visuals for what we wanted, timing-wise, because I
Yeah.
put together the audio, and the audio was already, like, Alex called it like an audio drama. Because like, the audio already helped me visualize the storyboard so well.
You can picture it all. Yeah.
Eyes do be blinking.
I do love that, Marie.
Yeah,
It's like
this is a great gag already. This is
Yeah.
joke number one. Is
Joke
already a
number
good-
1, already delivered.
If you turn off the Animal Crossing music for a sec, I'll present to you the
Yeah.
audio drama version, which is basically just what you've already seen,
Alright,
but with your eyes
everyone.
closed.
Everyone, close your eyes for a moment.
You don't need to. I'm just gonna put it on.
No, but just just to really take
This
it
might
in.
this might also the very first version of the Grocery Run track. Yeah, the scratch audio. The scratch audio version has me doing the other characters' voices, so it's like Nick and I. But it already has all the timings down.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
obviously Marie's version of her lines are way better, but like the timing is what we needed,
Mm.
and this was like really funny.
Radio drama.
Maui, you haven't seen a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, have you?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, very funny. Can I have it back now, please?
No.
Hey, be careful with that. Oh,
Oh, sorry, Kix. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm trying to catch Maui. What are you doing?
I just got back from the shops with 49 rolls of Mentos.
Yep, that's me. You might be wondering how I got into this mess. Well, let me start from the beginning.
So you can visualize, like, I mean,
It's
you've seen the
perfect.
animation, so of course you can visualize it. But trust me when I say, when we presented this to the rest of the crew, they already knew what they were going to be animating, sort of before
In-
seeing any of the.
In
rest.
conclusion, if you can't make it into a radio play, it won't work.
No, so actually, I'm
joking.
no, but like, if you're doing comedy, like, I genuinely think this. If you're doing comedy and it doesn't work alone as like timing, I don't think it's gonna make a good comedy. If that makes sense. Like, I think if you're writing comedy and it doesn't work without visuals, then it's not gonna be very good. Of course, some things do come in visual comedy, like seeing Marie shaped like a bottle. That's definitely something. But if it doesn't already work, sort of like through you just having an idea for the pacing of things,
Mm.
then I'm not sure if it's going to hit as a comedy. But
But
like,
if it
yeah.
does work as a radio play, it'll probably work as an animation.
Yeah, the thing is, I definitely like, I fully understand why podcasts get so many like animated,
Yeah.
because they've already done the work for you. The parts that are getting animated for podcasts are comedy gold. Usually,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
usually their funniest bits because you can visualize something very.
I mean, that's
know.
also why you like animated a few more Bim Bams some
Yeah,
years
well,
ago.
everyone,
Like, it's just
like,
really easy.
not just me.
Not
Everyone
easy.
who does podcast, or even like this is podcast as well, but like the D&D real play things and stuff like that, they animate it not just because they want to see it, but because the timing is already there. The timing is so important for that. Great
Mm.
example dropping in Discord. We'll look at that later. The bottle was enough to send me into a few states. Yeah, the bottle, like, okay, so, half of the comedy is the timing. The other half is seeing this for the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Seeing this for the first time is definitely what gets most people.
Yeah.
I think, like,
And what I noticed, I showed this to my coworker who hadn't seen your animations before. And of course, they loved Marie because everyone does. But I realized, I had to explain, no, that's not the
That's not
normal
what she
shape
usually
of her.
looks like.
She doesn't normally look like a Coke bottle. It's like, oh, right, of course.
Yeah, I guess if this is your first soup, no, but you can still intuit. I think you can still intuit from the from the placement of this.
Yeah, but you don't
think-
pick up on it when you don't know what to expect.
Okay,
and
fair enough.
You don't remember, oh yeah, Kix just placed a 2-liter bottle of Coke on the table and now it's gone. You're too busy looking at, oh, what's happening? Oh, okay, they're doing groceries.
Yeah,
now.
maybe so. But to me, as like someone who, I like the reason why I did the camera movement is to very clearly build that something's gonna happen to that Coke bottle, right?
Yeah.
Like the camera directly moves away from it.
I mean,
So
yeah, it's perfect.
So I think that maybe like you definitely can be right about it, but I also think that in general, even an audience who doesn't know Maui understands film language enough that by putting something that by putting a MacGuffin item on a table and then cutting away from the MacGuffin item.
I mean, the whole dialogue explains
Yes,
that the
of
Coke
course.
bottle is gone.
Yes, of
like
course.
you obviously can pick up on what's going on, but I don't think she picked up on, oh yeah, this character doesn't normally look like this. Because it's the I know he ate a cheese joke.
Yeah.
And if you're showing this to a person who does not go on Tumblr, that doesn't land as
But,
much,
like,
you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, but like he's looking at the spot where the Coke
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
and then he looks up at the, which is just funny.
It's
just like, okay, like if he was actually standing there, he would have seen her first. But it's for us. You know? Like if Kix was in this room, he would have seen them away immediately.
Yeah.
But because it's for the audience, he's looking at the spot where the Coke was.
Yeah,
And that's that's part of like why it's so silly to me.
Yeah.
Is the link for spinning? Yeah, like the Lex uses that for spinning. The endurance test video happens chronologically after this one. But yeah, we're just looking through the frames. We wanna highlight the funnies, so we're gonna look through everything.
The first joke has been delivered. I know she ate a bottle.
A good face. The other thing that may not have been very obvious up until this, because Kix hasn't had his own episode, is that Kix has a different teeth shape to the other characters. Kind of has buck teeth. Like his like teeth line ends earlier. So that's something I had to go in and change for some of the animators. This one's really like so. Like Nick's animation jitters a little bit more than the other animators, but it's fine because she's laughing. So
Yeah.
you can get away with the silly. What are they saying?
I want dog-shaped Maui plush so bad.
you gotta send like a mail to make ship for me. Also, this expression.
Dog-shaped Maui water bottle.
this expression is so good.
Yeah.
Just like her cheeks being filled because she has a Coke bottle, and that's not her mouth color. That's the color of the Coke bottle.
What? No, get
Yeah.
out.
It's that color. It's the same color.
It's so dumb.
She just has the dark red color inside her mouth. these are
You
really
may ask
good.
yourself, hell, I have water? Well,
And I've told you this before. The joke of "Are you sure?" No, is so funny to me.
Yeah.
Because I remember as a kid
Look at this.
going shopping with my mom at a H&M. I remember
This stream is
seeing
sponsored by H&M.
I remember seeing two smaller kids. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it was like one of them went over to the other one and asked him a question. That was basically like, if you say yes to this, you will be in trouble, kind of thing, or something like that. And it's like, no. And then are you sure? And he said, no. And then the other kid said, good. Like, it didn't even matter what the kid said,
Yeah.
but they said no to are you sure when they're supposed to say yes. It was adorable.
That's good.
That's a good quote.
Another good
This-
face.
Yeah.
the little cheeky eyes.
Yeah, those eyes are so funny. You can put that on anything.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a wee doke sleeve for keeping your doke warm. Like a stubby holder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we did
went
actually
through
frame
all
by
these.
frame Marie's animation already because you weren't in the chat earlier, but Cubics Fails said that your animation was James Baxter level good. It's very smooth.
Because there's so many frames. But they're so clean and they're so smooth. I may be insane, but knives should be store handle down.
They're just all over the place. The knives. In fact, this is a very clean kitchen for the soup house, I would think. There's nothing on the table. They're talking about the knives should have the handle down. Shout out to Friday for the backgrounds, please.
Yes, here's another one. Shouted everyone out a million times now. For the love of God, follow them.
Mm. Natural kitchen cluster.
Clutter.
Clutter. Hi, Otter.
Mystic.
Welcome to the
Clutter.
stream. The amount of friends I visited who owns one blunt.
Oh,
Well, for us, it's like we own 8 blunt knives and 1 sharp knife.
and we bought the sharp knife ourselves because the kitchen we moved into only had blunt knives, and the main house
Also,
of the
only
property
has, yeah.
only has blunt knives. So if we are doing any cooking in the main house, we have to bring in our one good knife. It's classic.
Like a sharpening
Please-
steel. We
we
have like
have-
a not a sharpening steel, but just like a sharpening thing.
Yeah, and it's
it-
good to have.
It's
but,
good to have, but it's not. Look at that frame.
But we have given up on those blunt knives because they're not good. Oh, that's a good frame.
Pensive. No. Look how big she gets.
Oh,
Bowed.
Bowed.
I'm gonna pog that one.
Oh,
Big. And in motion, it looks really good. I like how big she gets in them. Because she does like a kind of sound when she's laughing. And it's just like hits at the right time.
Okay.
Yeah. Go through Marie's animation again. Oh yeah, I was saying earlier, but the only thing that I changed in your whole animation is that I changed the eyeballs when they're closed to just be the lines instead of the whole circles, Marie. Just because that's what it is for the rest of the animation. That's how I draw them with their eyes closed. Your animation is just seriously so smooth. Yeah, look how close these lines are together. Except the arms.
closed mouth. Very good.
This one.
Yeah.
Funny. Good transition. So I think the other kicks transition into the other like the other one of this transition is not as good because his mouth shape is actually different, but I don't think anyone notices in when it's played. Because there's different animators, so that you should really have the exact same pose, but
Pretty good.
this one's perfect.
Marie is thanking Will for knife sharpening lore and thanking you for all the compliments, and saying they don't know what to say, and
You don't have to say anything. You've
thank-
already done your work.
And thank you for being a friend.
Thank you for your
That's-
amazing work on the soup.
That's always an easy one.
Look how squashed this Louise.
It's good.
That's how
She's about
that's
to
how the
blow.
shot. She's literally gonna blow.
Big eyes. Shocked. Thanks for the soup. Oh, that's a good kicks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh. Side side profile Moe. She's very long when she's jumping.
oh.
Yeah, this one's a bit funny. We put on some funny tunes.
Yes. Keep them coming. Keep those frames coming. We have a whole... We haven't even gone through half of it.
This is all that we have left to do. Look at funny frames.
Yeah.
Hand on the table. Big jump. This is where he's like obscured, so I didn't draw the rest of his body.
Mm-hmm. Alex sent me a link for a voice acting call for Worthy Kids, and I was considering putting together a little voice acting video.
Oh
You
yeah,
should.
that's awesome. You should do that.
You should take some of this as well. I
Take
guess.
some of your Moe shots.
That'd be really cool. Good luck.
Look at his ears. Floppy.
I can't remember what the conversation was, but we were talking to someone, and Jesse pointed out that Marie, you are the best voice actor in something soup right now. We were talking to Lasse, and then Lasse
Yeah.
said,
You carry
Then
the jokes.
Lasse said, best voice actor so far. I was like, yeah, okay, okay.
You want to see the smears?
Yes.
Look at that. Move your head over here.
Oh.
Look at his funny ears.
That's a good one. It's a cute one.
This one?
Mm.
And he has
Oh, the ears.
3 ears here.
That's good.
That one's funny.
Yeah.
And that's it. I think there's only there's only 3 smear frames in this whole animation. I don't think there's any more smears that anyone else did. Did I go through? I did go through the there were some people on I think it was someone in the Discord who was like really liked the collision frame.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh.
The little ooh mouth on kicks.
Yeah.
It's good.
And Lex's tail gets really like stiff.
Oh, that's good.
It's a good frame, honestly. That one, yeah. It's like, ah! Big hug. It looks like a very painful hug.
I'm just gonna move a little. Need a snack. Getting a bit hungry. Oh. Granola bar.
We're done?
Mm-hmm.
The smear on his like hat logo is funny.
Mm-hmm.
That is all.
Mm.
I imagine bumping into Lex feels like running into a firm mattress. Yeah, probably. Imagine how much power you would need to knock over that mattress.
This is a sturdy mattress.
A little hand flick. Lex is like chubby, but under the chub is 100% solid muscle. Sends you flying with a belly thrust. That's probably true. In this... Space is good.
Oh yeah.
The realization. Yeah.
That lasts for just long enough that you pick up on it in full speed, and then the reaction.
You got greenlit to work in Australia!
Oh yeah!
Yay! When are you visiting? Oh, yeah, I made the background go dark before the explosion to contrast the explosion better. So it goes from really dark to really bright.
That's a good Lex frame.
That one.
The teeth.
Yeah. In January. Yay! We're gonna see Marie in January.
Yippee.
That's so exciting. I hope we've moved out by then.
Yeah, we are looking.
That's where we're working on moving out.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of camera shake on these frames, but hopefully you can still appreciate the funny drawings. His hair's like Lex's hairs and ears are moving like every frame.
Oh my god. So much shake.
It's just like a nothing frame. That's real. That's how real explosions work. Yeah, that's why I did it. Sucking in the light to make room for the light. Yeah. What was I doing? I know Alex has been looking far and wide. Yeah, we're kind of working on it together with Isla. I don't know if she's still in the chat. I think she was lurking earlier. I want this frame as a print.
Just a blurry picture.
That's a good drawing. I don't think you see this drawing very much.
It's very much.
Because the other one of the drawing is this. I love Kix's mouth. Yeah.
The terror.
The terror. And then, of course...
And of course, the anime frame.
Which I drew this. A mosaic of all the frames. You can see a Mentos fly past Lex's hand. The Mentos is there too. It's like a straight up screen cap redraw. Should I flip through the rewind as well for you?
Nah. I mean, you can.
You wanna?
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, you can. I think you should.
So there's a bit of an Easter egg in the rewind. That's why I asked. I wasn't sure if we should flip through the rewind. But this is the rewind. It's basically using exactly the animation, but put through a filter to make it look like a VHS. Except for one thing.
Except for one thing. I love, I mean, we'll wait till we're there. So, the day before, like, the final render or upload or
no,
something...
I'd already final rendered it. I re-rendered it for this exactly.
Okay, I mean the actual final render. Because you had rendered it, and then I can't remember what happened. Maybe there was an error in it, or we just talked about this idea.
We just talked about it, yeah.
And then and then you decided to put this in and not even tell anyone.
I didn't even tell the animator, so I think Maria's... Hey! I think Maria's seeing this for the first time right now.
Yeah.
I think,
I can't believe I didn't see this until now. Yeah.
So this was something that I didn't tell anybody that we did. I showed the final render to Alex and hey, I showed this to Alex and Johnny, and then I think you said something about how it should go like it because we were also editing together a soup episode with all of the episodes so far. So I was compiling everything, including this animation. And you were saying that it would be funny if in that version of the animation, I put something into the rewind that's from like the whole animation, like Marina Box, for example.
I can't.
You said something like that. You said like maybe in this version of the animation we should put something in the rewind that happens earlier in the episode of Something Soup. So like the compilation of all the bits.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I said, but the point was just we had a conversation that brought up this idea.
Yeah.
And
then I was like, why don't I just put that in the actual episode then? I should just put
Yeah.
I should put something really weird just for one frame that's inconsequential but didn't happen.
And then the 10-gallon, and I think we
And-
talked about like, oh yeah, just in a 10-gallon hat or something like that.
Yeah, I think at
Brought
first
up.
I was like, okay, someone with a gun. No, that's too edgy. Like that's too stupid. That's too edgy. It's got to be less consequential. Like it has to be so inconsequential but still stand out.
Yeah.
So if somebody were to stop, it's not just that Jester was there. It's that Jester was there with a big hat on, or you know,
Yeah. And that's exactly
Jessica moved in the stop time. So yeah, it's just when you watch it full speed, you won't see it. Well,
Or,
unless
well, you
unless
will
you do
if
see
you
it.
look, and then you go, huh?
But
That-
also
that's all you
because
need.
Jester is red, so
Yeah.
it is kind of noticeable, but only if you're not expecting something. Like
and
if you're-
I had to stop you from cutting so much of it because you made
It's-
it only one frame in the original.
yeah,
I was
well,
like, you should make it 2 or something like that. Because it's already barely anything.
Jester is here for 2 frames in the full animation, and I was gonna make it 1,
And you can barely
but
see
you can
it
barely
as 2
see it in the
already.
final render.
That's how quick 2 frames are.
Yeah. There are a few people that mentioned it, that saw it
Yeah,
on
some-
release.
some saw
Some
it.
people did see it on release, and a lot of I think
And
Nabil,
that's the point.
Nabil saw it after release. But I think this is the first time Maria's seeing it.
Yeah.
Just as also in the same colors as Soda in the same general location. Maybe yeah, but I think it's pretty obvious that it's a little bigger than the Soda.
Yeah, that doesn't really help. Milhouse.
Millhouse. Big hands. What's going on? What's this? Oh! It's different now. Really funny front-facing kicks is coming up. That's a whole 10 gallons. That hat is a whole 10 gallons.
I will rewatch the same animation again.
With no changes.
We looked through a lot of these.
Oh, I just want to point out his
It's
funny
so good.
lip shape. He has like a little like
Yeah.
curled lip.
Smirk.
He's got a funny little smirk. And his eyelids are shiny.
Oh yeah.
The other characters don't have shiny eyelids. This is a very swoose looking
Very
frame.
sensual pose.
Gonna have to go. Have a great rest of the stream. Thanks for coming, Marie.
Samurai.
Excited to see you in January. It's so shape. Thanks for the shoutouts, of course.
You're welcome.
Movement. Look at his mouth. It's a very cat mouth.
All you need is a subtle cat mouth.
Yeah. But also, his hands are also very, like, structured.
Yeah.
His hands are very, like, shaped.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you guys again. Yeah! We'll see you soon. Very big, meaty hands. Look at that little smile. It's such a funny... Like, every drawing of Big Kicks is funny to me.
Big meaty claws.
Big, meaty claws. Totally me when I feel the best of the night. Gotta move my body right. Getting gender envy. I think Kicks is getting gender envy. Beat of the night. And also, like, most of the frames that Big Kicks is drawn, he has, like, one eyebrow up. Like, he's
Yeah,
doing DreamWorks face almost all his, like,
Yeah.
frames. Which is very funny. It's inherently funny. Hair? No, sir, that's a mane. And the Bill made a point to make sure he puts out his pinky when
Yeah.
he puts down the
Very good.
the jar. He's very, very extra.
And again, just because he's has a perfect masculine body, don't mean that he can't have a little
little
feminine touch.
Feminine touch. I like his mouth shape in
Oh,
basically
that's
every
good.
drawing.
Oh my god, I haven't noticed how like
He's a bit
is-
pouty. A bit pouty here. He's not afraid to be a bit flamboyant, even though he's a perfect picture of masculinity. What's going on? Where's his Pepsi? Where's his Coca-Cola? Where's his 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke? Oh!
Oh,
That's a good I think that was in Nabil's rough. It's a really good overshoot.
yeah.
When you are strong,
He's about
gentle
to-
is a necessity.
He's about to put his charm on.
DreamWorks face. Look at that. Little mouth. This is the hair flick, which is also Nabil's animation. Like Nabil,
Yeah. I don't think that was part of the original rough. He,
it wasn't.
Like,
It
overdid
wasn't
it.
part of the board. Like I didn't do it. He came up
Yeah.
with the hair flick.
Stars. No need for this.
I had to kind of just invent the up-facing Kix head model because I didn't know how to deal with his chin. So his chin is just like the color separation.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It works.
And then his like hands are so detailed. Like look at this knuckles in his hands. Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim is Ramona. What? Scott
Dated-
Pilgrim. If Ramona dated Chad Kix. Right.
Is there concept art of Kix with the American Dad
Yeah.
chin? Yes.
There is. Let me show
Correct.
you.
Yeah.
Let me show you. Hold on. While that loads. We look at his very detailed hands. And his funny mouth. Look at his like funny little mouth.
Oh, that's good.
That one especially I think is really good. His mouth there. It's like Urgh. I'll find it for you.
I think you went past it. Am I still a?
Did I get past it?
I feel like I saw the colors of it.
Here it is.
Oh my god, I forgot about this one.
There you go.
There you go. Is that what you wanted, Timbo?
Holy frickin' crap, Lois! This reminds me of the time I met Kix from Something Soup! But also this.
Of course.
And this is the same? No! These Lassa's frames. Shout out to Lassa.
Give him another one.
Very funny drawing. Making fun of Family Guy will always be funny.
The eyebrows.
Yeah.
That's good.
His chin looks especially big here.
No.
This is a really good, like, eye roll.
And so,
And his
the
shoulders,
shoulders.
tilting. Yeah, it's perfect. That's a bit of a funny.
Oh.
That's a bit of a funny frame.
yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, sounds really funny.
Huge hand.
Huge hand.
Based.
Based. There's a bit of a wiggle here as well. Very funny. Trans rights!
All the rights.
All the rights. His like fingers actually do a little squeeze. Like he's like he's like, give it to me. You can see his
Give it
like
here.
fingers do like
Give
a
it
little... Ow.
Oh.
Gnomed on our own stream. So this is the hookup that's not as good because, well, it wouldn't have worked perfectly because in this angle his hand's like way closer to Moi, or like way closer to the middle between him and Moi.
Guess he's also very sideways here.
Yeah, and also, well, that's fine. It's the like his mouth is a different shape. This one has only teeth, and this one has like a bit of tongue.
Oh yeah.
But like you're not gonna see that in full motion. It's not that noticeable. But ideally, you would have made that exactly the same face. His eyebrows are also slightly in a different pose. He's a slightly different expression, but still works. Wow! And she's like, so I changed her frame so that she doesn't go forward as much because she's looking at him. So I had to tilt her back. She still runs away the same.
A lot more composed in his shock this time.
Still a bit of shock, but
Yeah, but more composed than before.
wait! Sticks his whole hand out.
Oh, go back. That's a good frame.
There's one.
Look. That's a bear.
There's one. Yeah,
Yeah, that's just like
This looks like a Philip Banks drawing.
It does. That's good.
Maui, come back!
Shoutouts to Philip Banks.
When you're picking out what you want from the from the McDonald's menu. That one. Yes. Mm. It's like
Huge
a big jump. And then his hands go really like over exaggerated.
Yeah. Cartoony ass run.
Cartoony ass, like perfect athlete's run.
It's the very weighted,
Yeah.
big jumps.
Big jumps. And then
Uh-oh.
uh-oh. the Awuga on Lex. And then the Awuga on Kix. It's like his eyeball like his body gets stopped, but his eyeball keeps going.
That's where the momentum
Yeah, the
goes.
momentum is in Kix's eyeball. And then of course the grab.
Very sensual frame. You don't get to see the whole frame in the actual animation because we looked
Yeah,
at the...
because you can actually see the rest of Lex in the full thing. Shows your legs.
Oh.
That one's a bit funny as well. His like chin looks a bit small in this angle. Because I'm rotating his face back around. Lex's like head up model is very funny. Just
Yeah.
mouth.
Oh. Ooh.
Ooh. This is kind of a funny Kix frame.
Yeah.
He looks a little bit like really confused here.
Oh.
And then they kiss. That's a very good Lex drawing. He looks kind of he looks kind of like a gnome or something. With his big red nose and his like silly eyes.
Yeah.
And also very funny Kicks. He looks genuinely really worried. Me when I inhale smoke all day.
Keep him coming.
I am. And it's good. Puts his arm back down.
Back to normal.
Back to normal. And this is the Lex reuse, but with his head tilted a little bit up. The in-between here is a bit funny.
Yeah. Oh, he's like pre-pointing.
It's because his hand is very floppy, so it like lags. His hand lags behind his arm.
yeah,
His wrist
But-
lags behind.
but
his
he's pre-pointing.
yeah, like
No one does that. I love it.
yeah.
Oh god. I just like did it in real
Yeah.
life, like very.
That one's a funny face. as
Oh,
well.
It's just like a moment of.
yeah, his
It's
flick
good.
his hand up.
Oh.
That's me when I'm pointing to the cool bug I found on the floor. Shh. Shh. Shushing you. I'm so moved that in Kix's mind his friends are beautiful. In Kix's mind his friends are exactly the same.
They are already ideal.
They're already ideal forms of themselves. All bugs are cool bugs. That's a good
Yeah.
That's a good frame.
Yeah.
His eyes are so down. His eyelids are so down.
Oh, Hellart style.
CalArt style. Who? Which one? Oh, his mouth?
Yeah.
His mouth, his bean mouth? CalArt's bean mouth. I actually draw the bean mouth pretty often for most of the characters.
It's a good mouth. Look at the fucking like arm. Like
He's
that's
so
just
muscular.
a straight up like human,
arm.
arm with like the little pointy elbow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Was on.
Yeah. It's a good mouth. Oh, and soon realization.
That one's a bit funny. The blink.
Shaded eyelids. Oh,
It just goes into that face. There's no in between.
yeah.
And again, the screen goes dark. The other kicks actually reacted before this kicks. The small
Yeah.
kicks flinches before Lex, but this kicks is needs time to do this face. A really
Oh.
really good face. And his hands are up like, oh no!
Straight into it.
His hands are, he's like, got his hands up as if he's like, oh!
The fucking eyes.
There's actually, these are two different drawings. His ears are moving and his hair's moving.
Getting a little
And his
silly.
eyes are a little bit more awooga.
Getting a little silly with the awooga eyes in this
Yeah.
one.
I feel like I've put awooga eyes in almost every animation.
Really?
Because they're so funny. That one's pretty good.
Oh yeah. And then the scream. Flying over to the camera and screaming.
And that's it. Funny.
And if you're wondering how he got into that mess, you go watch the animation.
Yeah. If you're wondering how he got into this mess.
Do you get much lag compression? Compositing? What? Do you get much lag compositing these effects, or is your PC pretty good?
I do all the compositing. I do most of my compositing on your computer.
Yeah.
Which is a rig from
It's
like
a desktop.
a year and a half ago. Like it's not. It's pretty.
No,
new.
no, it's a little bit more than that. I bought it just before those really good graphics cards came out and were affordable. So,
But rendering still
but
takes a while.
But despite that, it's still a pretty good.
It's a good
computer.
computer. You have a really good computer, and I used to render on my own computer, and that would just take too long. I don't do anything while things are rendering, so I don't know if there's lag because I just don't want to stress the computer.
Yeah.
So usually what I do is I just set it to render, and then I just leave for the next like 10 minutes or whatever. On your computer, it takes maybe about. It's like almost instant to render like one of those short shots like this. These ones will take like, 10 seconds. But then like a big shot like this with the explosion and all the shaking and stuff,
Ooh.
maybe like 10 minutes or 20 minutes on your computer.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 minutes, closer to 10 minutes on your computer. And then the whole animation, rendering that, takes about half an hour on your computer. So I render them separately, by the way. I don't render the whole thing in one go. Maybe that was important to point out. So all of the... I'm not going to open them all because it'll take too long on my computer. This screen you're seeing is actually my computer where we're looking at the Elgato.
The little cartoon I made was hell to composite. Even little things like blurring the lines, line art slightly, would take ages.
Yeah, blurs are really expensive. I don't know why. Blurs are just fucking expensive. So you can see I have my folder structure. Actually, no, I'll show you this on the... It's easier to see here. This is the grocery run, like, group Trello board. The 2D assets have their own column. The animation had... So what happens is, like, the shot goes from this, and then it gets moved when it's done with that part. So when the animation is done, the rough animation, we move it into cleanup and color. When the cleanup and color is done, we move it into comp, and then when the comp is done, I put it into the archive, which is, it's fully done. So that's the lineality of the shot. It gets roughed, it gets cleaned and colored, and then it gets composited with the background.
And there's Millhouse again.
But each shot is composited separately. So this shot was rendered as a PNG sequence by itself. I can show you that in the file. So output. So I'm outputting from After Effects.
That would have been a smarter way to do it. Well, hey.
Well, I thought you only had one shot. So it makes sense for you to just render the one shot altogether. So this is what it looks like after compositing. So the TV Paint version of that shot is this, right? Kicks, untextured, crisp lines. You can see it's fairly crisp. Almost no aliasing. And then I put that into After Effects with the background, which is also done at this point. It's in that folder. And now the same frame. This is the final version, I think, because it's got version 2. Kicks with a blur. It's kind of a
blur.
Kicks with the blur. But you can see it's got like a halo kind of blur, so it looks a bit like smudged, screen smudge. And then of course the background. And they all have noise, a little tiny bit of noise on them. It's hard to tell, but there's a tiny bit of noise on him. So all of that happens in comp. And that's what the frame looks like coming out of comp. And then every shot has its own PNG sequence. Which is a PNG of every frame. Which is the highest quality that you can render out of After Effects. Because if you render out a video and then you put that video into Premiere, it gets double compressed. So this goes into Premiere. One shot after the other goes into Premiere. So this, this is the same thing, but for this animation, for example. Blurred. Noise. You can see the noise pretty well on this one. And then the Premiere file has all of them, and then that render takes a little longer, so that renders like 30 minutes or something on the good computer. That's kind of the way that we were taught at the animation workshop to do it. So it's like by shot. I did basically reuse the compositing for the two shots that are the same. So like, if this shot and the other shot of the Maui, they had the same background, they have the same setup, so I can basically just copy one file and then replace the image sequence of the Maui onto the next one. Because all of the effects are in an adjustment layer above everything, so it copies the effects over. Same with this, and then even the kicks. It's the same setup. I move the camera up. You can see the top of the fridge. Oh. The music ended. So you can see at the top of the fridge when it's epic kicks, but you can only see the
Oh,
mid,
that's
like
good.
the midline of the fridge here. So it is significant. He is significantly taller.
You can see the logo of the fridge. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Never.
If I may show. This is the
Oh.
background that Friday drew. Shout out to Friday.
Yet another shout out to Friday.
So I'll just put this on top. This is the layout that I drew for Friday to draw over. You can see how close it is. What I envisioned. And you see how there's like two boxes?
Yeah,
You can imagine what the boxes are for.
that's good.
For the small kicks and for the big kicks. Reuse your assets. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything else. I don't think there was many questions in this. I mean, Timbo just asked a question and Quill has been asking some good questions.
Yeah.
But if you have any more questions, we'll answer them.
Shoot. I think you've been very thorough.
Yeah, I tried to share. I think it's really cool for people to tell how they do stuff with art. I think everyone should have free knowledge about animation.
That's transparency. Clever to draw the background with the with that perspective tilt at the top conveys the height better for the next scene.
Yeah, I think there's a few perspective cheats that we had to do. It's especially obvious if I may go back to I hope I didn't lose this in the hard drive crash. But if we look at the background for Rescue,
Oh, the hard drive crash. Oh, Devo.
it was a bit
I
dead.
forgot. Supporter is leaving.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And yeah, we'll check out
I
your comic
will
later.
definitely read your comic. You're curious about the Foley? The Foley is all from freesound.org, which is just Creative Commons sound effects. And I knew what I wanted. I knew the kind of like timing I wanted, so I just took effects and then I moved them into place after the animation was done. So if you remember what the sounds sounded like, with like the bag rustling and stuff, I already put some version of that in the very first audio draft, and then after
the
my
radio
animators,
drama.
for the radio drama, and then after my animators did their version of that, I shifted the sounds, like the bags and the jars and stuff, a little bit to match up better with the animators' sounds, with the animators' timings.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have the massive one? I wonder if it opens because it was a hard drive crash. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is the big fall from the
From
roof.
Rescue.
From Rescue. Like 4 screens, a little bit more than 4 screens tall. And it's not as well done as Friday's backgrounds, because this was before I worked with Friday. But I had to really force the perspective. Because when you're looking up at a building, the building looks like it's gone this way. But when you're looking the other way, the buildings have to look more straight. The wizard shot. You remember when Laszlo was on the balcony?
I forgot about that. It's funny when you see the animation with the full background.
I'm trying to find that because I'm not sure if I don't know if I lost it to the hard drive crash.
Moral of the story: don't drop your hard drive down some stairs.
Definitely don't drop your hard drive down some stairs. Yeah. We can look at it in, we can look at it in this. Flip through it. I think this is the version when they... This might not be the newest version of it. But again, it's animated in space
Yeah.
because then the timing and spacing is right for them falling. If it looks good as a full, it will look good when I move the camera, is the theory. Oops. That's a really, really good frame.
Yeah. That too.
So fucked. That's a really fucked up drawing.
Ooh.
You see, Awuga eyes. There's like Awuga eyes in every animation.
That's true. You got the Subway Surfers ratio. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. We could fit Subway Surfers on the right.
Oh yes, we can fit Subway Surfers on the right of this. Yeah. I think Lassa was also pointing out that I should post this somewhere because it's so much animation that you miss when the camera's
Yeah,
moving.
you should.
But it's also fun for streams like this where people can catch it. And then like in motion it doesn't really, you don't really see all those intricacies you do when you're but the background warping was the thing I was trying to show off.
In the animation, you don't consider how warped the background is.
There's a lot of motion blur, so you can't see the funny drawing like as much.
It's true.
That's. I'm glad that frame is more or less clear.
It's a good frame.
And then they die.
Then they die.
Crisp despair. Yeah, the most important thing is that that frame is clear. I think if we were to look for all the masters, I could probably find an Awuga in most, if not all.
But Jay, we can't go Awuga hunting now.
Well,
I think we need to go soon.
Yeah, we're gonna go soon.
Does this have an Awuga?
No, they have
Oh,
a
a
very,
little bit.
This is
A little bit.
very warped.
A little
but
bit.
This is like almost an Awuga,
Yeah.
and this is the first Jester animation too, so very already off model.
Yeah.
Definitely this has Awuga. We know that. There's a really good. I think this whole interaction is like one of my favorite animations that I've done. Look at this mouth. It's like fully out of the face. The biggest Awuga I think we've drawn.
True.
And the mouth as well is like V-shaped.
Yeah.
It's like this is like fully the silliest like.
Oh, what are you doing?
And this one is also sort of Awuga.
Yeah.
Eyes leading. Yeah. Awuga. Ice cream cone shaped eyes. Yeah, like almost every time I animate, I do an Awuga.
And it's good for the shot because
then you can see
you
where
can
they're
see
looking.
the eyes, yeah.
Eye contact. And then Alex's amazing hard animation is so gross.
nasty eye. Oh, I haven't
You haven't
considered
even.
how gross it is.
And then it does the Undertale thing. Not
And then he died as well.
And then he dies. Yeah, everyone dies at the end of Soup.
Everyone dies.
It's consistent. I don't know if there's one in Same Cute Funny.
I don't think there is.
No, I don't think there's an Awuga in Same Cute Funny. That's not an awuga. That's just a very big. That's a very cute Maui. She's a slime here.
Oh,
her head's
Snail.
like her head's like snail. Yeah, she looks like a snail. You can tell I didn't draw these because their pupil. I think the easiest way to tell who animated things is how big their pupils are. She's doing crazy shit to the cameras, like warpedness, like this. She has like radioactive properties.
I was gonna say it's like that video of some Russian
You're
guys
opening the
making
metal.
No.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
Russian guys with like a radiation gun to break a stereo behind a wall.
I haven't seen that, but I've seen the
The
one where somebody
yeah.
finds this like plutonium like thing inside a sealed piece of metal, and then they open it and the camera goes all like this.
Yeah,
That's kind of a wooga. His eyeballs are like protruded.
a little bit. Yeah,
His eyeballs are gone beyond
a
his
light
hand.
awuga.
A light awuga. Look at that frame.
Oh,
She gonna eat us. And then the up-facing Lex is still so good. The up-facing Lex. The funny thing about like Lex and Nabil is they can't fully forward face because of their stupid noses.
this is another animation that is a great radio drama.
Yeah, this works without the visuals.
But of course,
You
you need the
this
you need
this
that.
gag is
you need
important.
that gag because otherwise it's just an echidna.
But especially the gag of when Lex sees it, it's just
Yeah.
when Lex sees it, it's just an echidna. But then it changes that the intentional like broken hook up.
Oh, that's Anton, by the way.
Yeah, that's Anton, our animator. Shout out to Anton, this guy.
Shout out to Anton.
It's not a Diet Germa, true. That is Diet Germa.
I can't remember why, because I feel like that picture was made before this, and I can't remember
It was just because
why.
Anton was that's a filter you can use on Facebook. Like when you're calling people. The mad smile is like a Facebook filter when you're FaceTiming people.
Right.
And
yeah.
Anton just sent screenshots of himself using the
That's true.
filter. I don't think this one has an awuga,
Surely not.
but it has a good smear.
Oh, whoop,
Look at that.
straight in.
This one's done in Flash, so I don't think there's an awuga because it's puppeted.
Mhm.
The only place it would have an awuga is at the end,
I don't think it does.
and I don't think it does. Because I don't think I've ever drawn Skiff or someone with glasses doing an awuga.
Mm. He comes. The funny thing about this audio clip,
Look at his mouth though. His mouth is awuga.
the hair goes all. Oh.
Yeah.
That's the audio clip of me yelling here is an actual clip from
Us playing
Outer
Outer
Wilds.
Wilds, yeah.
where there's a big scare and you clip that because I tried to do like a
It wasn't convincing.
recording scream
yeah.
and it's not
It's
not
not
convincing
convincing.
because it's not, you can tell it ain't genuine.
I don't actually think we've ever focused on this animation before, but
No,
Skiff's animation is actually really fun here.
I haven't seen this movie.
So this is a puppet. You look at his hair, it's just flipped. It's the same drawing.
Ah,
And the Maui is like it's just like the same drawing, but like
oh,
his mouth is doing a massive awuga. Like
gave
mouth
it a
awuga.
stretch. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like
just
the
the same
frame
drawing,
before, but
mouth.
stretched.
Exactly. It's the same mouth drawing.
That's
His
good.
mouth is so fucked. He's doing
See?
the mouth awuga.
Little jump.
Little jump.
I love that marine mouth.
She did it. She did it.
Yeah,
Good job, Maui.
good job, Wayne. All right.
And I think that's like
Therefore-
all of the those are like all of the main soups. So basically every soup has an awuga in it.
Most of them, yeah. All right, I think we should get ready to stop.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, me too. I'm pretty tired. But that was the soup stream. I don't think there was any more like questions about the
Last chance.
grocery run. So
Oh, Lesser just joined.
we
Hello,
were just about
animation
to
fanatics
finish.
and soup enjoyers. Hey, Lesser,
Hey,
we
Lesser.
are about to end, but here is a shout out.
Lasser did a couple of the big kicks shots. Thanks for hosting the stream. That was great. Yeah, I want to do stuff like this after like at least collaborative soup shorts.
Yeah.
Because I really like highlighting what people have done for the animations. And of course, it's just nice to go back and actually, like you say, point out how much effort is put into every shot.
Yeah.
Because a lot more effort is put into every shot than somebody who doesn't animate might think. You're late. I guess I can put on some earlier versions again.
Well, you spelled your wrong.
Because maybe some people in the chat maybe some people in the chat haven't seen the early versions. So again, a big change in the board that Anton and Nabil suggested is having Kix face the camera instead of having his head face the camera.
Yeah.
Having the back of his head face the camera, because it's, more character. I learned how base GIFs are. Well, just for quick sharing, GIFs are good.
It's contextual.
It's contextual.
It's not for final work. Well, context.
GIFs are just smaller than video files, but Marie sent me video files, so
And
we can also do that.
Ain't that the beauty of it? GIFs are just smaller videos. But yes.
There's some really, from the beginning, his smiling, you pointed that out, not on stream, but, he's just grinning to himself for no reason.
Yeah.
It's just part of his model. He just grins to himself. Marie just did her shots before mine, so having her shots mirror was super helpful. I mentioned that earlier in the stream, but there might be new people in the stream. So yeah, I asked the animators to do, basically, animators who did the second half to do the first half, but more exaggerated.
And as we pointed out many times, he did a really good job. Like the over animation of the shoulders and the eye roll
yeah.
that animates the whole face. It's really good.
This is all they had to work off of.
It's nothing.
The animators. Not very many frames. Not very many drawings. So almost everything that you see that is more than this is improvised by the animator who did that shot. So
yes. All right, sick shit. We've been talking about this for ages. Don't you dare. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just.
You're gonna put on another whole thing.
Yeah, I'm done.
I think we're ending.
Yeah.
Tired.
So.
And even
Thanks
though
for coming,
it's
everybody.
public holiday tomorrow, I have to do a little bit of work anyway. Ugh. On the day of the Melbourne Cup as well. Most important Australian public holiday.
You're doing it. You're winning the video game.
Victoria.
Everyone's cheering for you.
It's a public holiday for y'all. I guess the only other thing that I want to...
I love how Victoria has such stupid public holidays. It's the footy.
The only other thing that I want to say while I have the screen up is the next thing that I'm working on is trading cards. The Soup trading cards.
Good.
And they're a functional game. The Soup trading card game is a functional game that you will be able to play if you buy 2 or more booster packs.
And you have a friend to play with.
And if you have a friend
who
to play
did the
with.
same thing.
So
we have tested it a lot.
We've been testing it. It's a
Are you gonna
functional
sneak 'em?
game. I'll just show you the back. Soup card. There is 50 unique soup cards to collect if you're a collector. And I'll just get onto a different screen. There's 50 unique cards to collect if you're a collector, and I'm going to make, if I have the time when they arrive, I'm going to make 1 of every card hollow. So there's extra rareness, and you will be guaranteed 1 hollow in every booster pack. So every hollow that exists will be a unique hollow of that card. So there may be other hollows, but they won't be of that of that card. So 50 different designs of equal rareness, except for one that is hollow.
It's like a tangible and non-tangible token.
It's like a non-fungible token, but real, and you can actually have it.
Intangible.
The economy is in shambles. Not one in Queensland. Oh, you don't have Melbourne Cup in Queensland? Too bad.
You should get Melbourne Cup in Queensland.
It sounds like it will be a hole in my wallet. I need that. You're a coffee member now, so you get discounts on my Mushroomy shop. Oh wait, I'm not even in the chat. I'm so used to being in the chat. Alright. If you're a coffee member, like, to subscribe as a producer of soup, you get discounts on my Mushroomy shop. You just have to scroll back to the post about that. You can use that discount code infinitely. So that will be on the store after it debuts. So I'm going to debut the cards in real life on December the 1st at a local market in Melbourne. So for those, I don't think anyone in the chat, except for Isla, is in Melbourne. 1st of December, Isla, come see my shop. It's in Ivanhoe. We'll be doing a market with some other cool artists.
Yeah.
And then, so that's where the soup cards will debut, along with other cool things. There's gonna be soup booty pins.
Oh,
That's
booty
the
pins.
caked up soup pins.
They're good.
I think the closest thing to them right now, let me just go back. Closest thing to them at the moment is that drawing of Lex. That's one of the pins, but then imagine there's also a Jester, Lex, and Maui version of this. So those are...
They're funny.
They're made out of wood. They'll
And
be
a
wooden.
skiff.
Yeah, skiff.
Yeah.
So the main 4 characters have a booty pin. The Mushroomy store. Get at it if you're interested.
Get at it.
And then also the skiff Judgment Glare.
Oh yes.
Debut
This
that.
bad boy.
That, but as a keychain. That's gonna be at the Ivanhoe Market. And then after the Ivanhoe Market, I'm gonna give that stuff to Mushroomy. So Skiff Judgment. And booty pins and something soup trading cards will be available on the Mushroomy store probably before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that is happening. I'm really excited about that. So in real life, I'm making merch. Basically, I'm just doing a lot of merch. And yes, again, soup trading cards, functional game. Really excited about that. That they're a functional game. Can we turn off this for me? Yeah. Okay, I think it's time to go.
Yeah. Anyone streaming?
Let's go on to the end screen first.
Yes. Here we are.
Let me check my thing.
I'll check mine too. Just leave me.
What did they say? Maybe a little more enamel next time.
I think I have just finished the venue on the Eggshells custom. Only got very minor things left on it.
That's really cool. These maid outfits. Yeah, these are stickers on the Mushroomy store. If you like this, and also a Lex version, you can get these as stickers on the Mushroomy store. Hello? Why can't I click this button? Huh. It broke my Stream Deck to click that button. Huh. Oh, okay. It broke my Stream Deck to click that button, so I'm just gonna do it manually. Do we all? Payday 3? Can I just check that, make sure that they're safe?
Sure.
I mean, you like Payday 3. Maybe I'll just rate them.
But I hate gamers.
No, this is someone I follow, so they're gonna.
Okay, then do it.
They're not gonna be.
And go for it.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Here's the raid message. If you are a subscriber to this channel, you can copy and paste the message that Jesterpong sends. If you're a follower, which means you don't have access to the emotes, you can copy and paste the message that Skiffle sends, and we're going to raid. Ooh. But yeah, thank you for coming, everybody. If you're not already part of the Discord, I'll send the Discord again. And then please join that Discord if you haven't, because that's the best way to get notified if we're streaming. We're probably going to get back to our normal streaming hours, which is to say we're going to stream again on Thursday, and then on Monday. So every Monday and Thursday around 7 or 8 p.m. Australian time. It'll be in your local time if you join the Discord.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Thanks
See
for coming,
ya
everybody.
all later.
We'll catch you then.